Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't see you there.
Hey.
Welcome to Adobe Live. I'm Andrew Hochradel. I don't know why that was a chore to put my glasses on. I'm Andrew Hochradel.
I'm Emily Poulin.
And today we are going to be hanging out with you all day live from San Francisco, California. I had to think about each of those letters as I said them.
And you found each one.
I found each one. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you want to, let us know where you're watching from and say hi. That's right. We are doing branding for a food truck this morning. And we have great content coming to you all day. We're starting out with some branding for a food truck. Then we're going to be doing some products and patterns for puppies that I'll have Emily talk about in a second. Then we're going to develop and build our brands with Whitney. And at the end of the day, at 12 o'clock, we are creating a photography lookbook with Idara. And don't leave then, because at 1 p.m., we have a very special episode of Adobe Office Hours coming to you, where it is chat's choice. You get to tell us what we're doing during the stream. So stick around, set a reminder for 1 p.m. Pacific time, and you will be able to join us for that.
Yeah.
Emily, what are you doing on your stream? Let's talk about that.
What am I doing on my
Puppy
stream?
stuff, right?
Well, every time I'm on, I always feel like I talk about my dog, and so I said, let me give the people what they want, which is photos of my dog, briefly, and then I'm going to be designing some fun patterns based on his favorite activities, like being outside, eating cheese, playing with toys, and we're going to make some like bandanas and some patterns for him that I think he's really going to love, so definitely stick around.
So we are going to be doing some food truck branding right now, and let's hop over to my screen. Little jump scare. So this is something that our friend Wade Acuff was just doing on his live stream. If you want to, make sure to go and follow Wade. Our moderator will drop a link in the chat. Go follow Wade on his Behance. He streams a lot there. But he was creating these, and these are little pastas. And the food truck that I want to create is kind of inspired by this pasta idea. And it is called, are you ready?
It's so tiny, I can't see it.
It's called...
Should we say it together?
Moodles. So we're gonna create branding for a fire truck. We're gonna create branding for a fire truck for a food truck that is called Moodles. And the idea is that it's going to be almost like Inside Out meets noodles for a truck.
Wait, if you want to eat your feelings, this is the place to do it.
Yes. Okay. Oh, that's our slogan. Eat your feelings.
But like. Not in a scary way of death that, like, they're not
No, but that's the thing, right? People are like, eat your feelings, yeah.
But I just thinking about, like, the characters from Inside Out, and, like, I don't want it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no,
They will not be harmed.
Just that, like, we're going to find different noodles that represent different shapes. So we have Moodles is going to be the name of our company, and it is going to be Eat Your Feelings is going to be our tagline. So we're going to be creating branding for this. In chat, I will be honest with you, this is about as far as we've gotten in the planning. We have finished the plan that we had for today, and the rest of it's going to be a little off the rails, and we're just going to try to create stuff together. So I know that I want to do a few things. And what's your creative process when you're starting a branding project?
Usually I brainstorm, and I look for inspiration, and I will put my ideas to paper.
Sweet. So I was brainstorming last night as I was going to sleep, and literally grabbed my phone and grabbed a note and just wrote down Moodles. It's mood noodles. So that was my brainstorm. And what I'm going to do is we have our tagline, we have our name, is I'm going to use Adobe Fonts and Adobe Color to get me started. I think that's a really great place.
Yes.
And we're going to start with Adobe Color.
Ooh.
And I know that I want to have like a bright, eclectic kind of weird vibe. And so again, we are going to be inspired by Inside Out. And so I'm going to go here and just go to Explore. And this is a great opportunity for you to find new color palettes. And then you can actually type in.
You're going to type in like feelings.
Yeah, I think I just want
Anger.
like, maybe like bold spectrum.
Ooh.
But I don't want it to be too rainbow, but I definitely want to get like a good smattering of colors.
Wow, we have someone joining all the way from Delhi. Thank you for joining, chat.
Hello.
I'm watching your comments on YouTube and on Behance. I see a W in the chat. Let's go. But yeah, if you have any comments on anything, I will be reading those and adding those in. So
all right.
Say hi.
Let's maybe just do rainbow.
Yeah.
Bold.
Bold rainbow.
See if we can get like a bold.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I like this, right? Okay, this is giving me like Fruit Stripes gun. Right?
Well, yeah, with the zebra, I forgot all about that.
Yes, this is what I want to do.
We need a blue for sadness.
We do, but we can actually pull a blue from these.
You're so right, you can add in, right?
Yes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to a library. I don't know what library it's getting added to. A Cosmo Birthday is the library.
Bright Kids Playroom Design also.
Sure. So I can go here and we're going to go to my libraries and it should show up right here and we're going to do a Cosmo's Birthday. And then we have our color themes that are right here. It's not quite in there yet. Let's see, it should sync.
You have a lot of colors already going. Yeah, I think.
No.
You have a lot of similar colors to this one.
I do.
Are you in your libraries?
Libraries? Yes. It may have just not synced yet.
That's okay.
Okay, that's fine. Because what I can do is I can actually just download a JPEG. And we're going to do that. And then we'll bring it over here. And then we can just copy and paste this over. Boop. Boop.
There it is. So what's your plan as of now? As it is evolving as we go here?
Kind of.
Inspired by the colors?
Yeah, I'm going to start with a good color palette.
Nice.
Then I'm probably going to find some type. And then I want to find some noodles on Adobe Stock.
Amazing.
To find different kinds of noodles that might represent some of the different
I love that.
feelings that we have. I do know that I want to have a purple in here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sample the red.
Okay.
And then just change the hue.
Why not?
Down to a little
keep
purple.
at the same value?
Yep,
Yes.
exactly. And I want to go a little bit higher. I like a little more umphy purple.
Yeah, a little more.
And then I want blue. I'm going to sample that from green. So usually if you are doing this technique, you'll want to sample cool colors from cool colors and warm colors from warm colors.
But you only had warm colors, so... Or is green technically a cool color?
Green's a cool color.
You're right. So cool. Is it? It's a medium color.
Yeah, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
There's
yes.
like mild, medium, spicy.
Yeah, it's a lukewarm color. It's a lukewarm color. And hello, nice to see everyone in chat. Hi, Andy. Hi, Wade. Wade's live right now. If you don't want to watch us, you can go watch him. I'll
if
give
you
a
get
pass.
bored of this stream, go on over.
I'll give you a pass. All right, so these are our colors that I am going to use for our branding. And let's go ahead with all these selected and go up to our swatches. And I'm going to click on this little right there. And we're just going to do moods. Yeah.
Gotta keep it branded.
Yes. All right, so we have our colors. Let's go ahead and look for some fonts. And I'm just going to go to fonts.adobe.com. And I know kind of exactly where I want to go with this. Let's see here. I want to go. Hold on.
Good to go.
Let me log in. We're logged. I want to do like choose my weird letters.
Say more.
So like I want the M
Okay.
and probably like the E to be weird and the rest to be the same. I love doing like a weird kind of camel case version of type.
I forget about camel case. Is that really the phrase for it?
Yeah, so camel case.
It's so representative.
So yeah,
I get
chat.
it.
This is camel case. So when you see the SpongeBob memes where it's like, I want pasta. Like that's camel case. And so basically camel case means that it's going up and down in between. So you have uppercase and lowercase mixed in the same
Much like
words.
a camel. Can we get some camels in the chat?
Camels in chat, please.
If you learned today what camel case means, throw a camel in the chat.
So what I'm going to do here is I want to go to...
So you're going to look specifically then for the letter M and the letter E?
Yeah,
so
what's
maybe
cool...
do that as your sample font?
Yeah, what's cool is you can actually just type in... I'm going to type in Moodles here. Cheerleaders. I was doing some... Oh, I know what I was doing this for.
Say more.
I was... Okay, so my friend...
If not, we can just keep
My
going.
friend who works for an NFL team was asking about font recommendations for the cheerleading branch of the NFL team. And so I was like, oh, let me look at some fonts. And so I was looking for cheerleaders. All right, so Moodles.
Val is in the chat doing camel case. Do you even design, bro? Val, you get it. A perfect execution there.
So, oh, that's fun. So I want something that has a lot of character, and I know what I want, and I may end up just making it myself, because I have it like exactly in my head. Okay, I think I'm gonna make it myself, chat. So what I want to do is I want to. Actually, I'll just sketch it out real quick. So I want to do this, like that kind of M, right? Really weird M.
Ooh, super weird.
And then I want the E to be like one of these. And
It'd
then
be cool to have structure reference for a font. Sorry, I was thinking out loud there. You know, be like, I want a letter that looks kind of like this. I guess there's retype.
No, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this.
Sorry.
Oh, actually, hold on. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
The feedback I always want, not a bad idea.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna. I want it to be a little bit thicker, so I'm gonna do this, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. If this works, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I'm ready.
So I'm going to use this that I just drew, and we're gonna try to use retype to see if that works. So we're gonna go to select it, and then we're going to go to We're not going anywhere at the moment. There we go. Type and then retype beta and then match font and see if it can match anything to this.
Yeah, right? Okay, let's
This
see.
is so interesting. Because I know I want a font that is similar.
That M is so fun.
Right?
Oh.
I was picking it up as an O. Oh, wait. This one. This
Wait,
one.
yes.
This E is exactly what I want.
She's a squiggle perfection.
Is exactly what I want. So, suburban. So I want it to be like, I'm thinking Magic Spoon. Have you seen the Magic Spoon logo?
Yeah, it took me a moment.
Yeah, similar type to that.
Delicious, by the way.
And so, let's see. Suburban OT bold. All right. So then let's go to our type tool. And let's do Moodles.
Robert in chat says that he always camel cases when naming a file. That's a very interesting choice. Maybe I should start doing that, having more fun with my file names.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't like any of the other letters other than the E, which is fine. Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. It's syncing. Okay. So I might end up making the M on my own. I don't want marker.
No, that's not the right feeling.
It's not. Comic? No. It'd have to be in fun.
Category has to be fun.
Category is fun.
Maybe it's a script. Okay, that one's not terrible.
Where?
Giddy up. I guess it's lasso, or is it like a rope texture?
Yeah, I'd want
Yeah.
it. I want it more like structured. I might have to just build it myself.
I guess we'll have to just do it ourselves.
Fine, we'll do it ourselves. Wait, I like this font though.
For future reference, I do enjoy this one.
Yeah, for future reference,
Adding
if
to
anyone's
library.
getting me a gift,
Just download this to my computer.
okay. So, love the E here.
Yeah,
And-
that's perfect.
Yeah, Emily, you gave me such a great idea. So I only want the E. I think that I only want the E. So we're gonna do that, and then let's go ahead.
Almost could spin that because the E and the M are very similar shapes.
Yeah, I want it to be going a different direction though. I'm trying to think of how I would create this curve here. And what I'm
Fair point.
gonna do, I think, is just do try to pen tool it. This is gonna get a little bit crazy. So I want it to come here, and then I probably want it to go here, but I want it to be the same. Okay, so I'm gonna create one, arrange, and then, or we can transform, no, wait, reflect. Where is it? Reflect. There we go. And we're going to reflect this across that way. We're going to pull this here. Okay, I definitely want this to be more in.
Definitely.
But I think that I do want to do this to where this is kind of coming up. Can I do this with
What was your question? Sorry.
how do I want to do this?
Ooh, yeah, a little flare.
Yeah, I want
A
it
fancy
to have
foot?
just a fancy foot. I think.
I think go for it and see how you feel. But currently you only have half the M here.
Yep.
Yep.
Noodles gonna be a great restaurant for those in the mood for noodles.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
So if you're just joining the stream, Andrew is working on Moodles, an idea loosely based on mood noodles, somehow inspired by, what was it?
Inside Out.
I can only think of imaginary things. That's not it. Inside Out. And then we're going to be building this, or he's going to be building this, into a food truck. So if you're just joining, we're happy you're here. And that is what's happening right now.
Yes, and we are going to do something really, really cool with this. We are going to take this and we are going to structure match it, structure reference in Firefly and make it into noodles.
Whoa.
So I'm trying to get the line weight the same here.
Eyeball.
And the width the same so that I can do the O's. That seems similar, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So it's easy. Doing type like this is super easy because it is similar shapes. So you can work with the circles, and then I can create the D out of this very easily.
Show us.
Literally all I would do is come here, and I would delete one side of this.
Using the direct select tool and then
Yep.
the pen minus tool. Or pen subtract, sorry. Is it subtract or minus? Same thing.
One of the two, yeah. And then I'll do this,
Whoa.
close it in,
Round those corners.
and then probably round those corners, yeah.
Sorry. That was more of an aggressive art direction.
Round those corners.
Round squares
Okay,
right
yes, ma'am.
now. Sir, yes, sir.
Wait, I like it very rounded like that, right?
Yeah. That's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Oh, it's so fun.
So we got the two O's. Do the O's overlap? Yes, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
E-L-L, right? Is the next one? E-L-S.
Or is it L-E-S? Noodles, L-E-S.
M-O-O.
L-E-S.
D-L-E-S. Yes. Okay.
E before L, especially in noodle.
Okay.
That's the rule.
E before L, especially after noodle? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to create the L here. The L is like, what can you do with it?
Okay, yeah. Val agrees. Yes, overlap, all caps is her feedback, and super round is perfect for the vibe, she says. Thanks, Val, our other
Agreed.
art director.
Thank you, Val.
Someone was asking about live tracing the M in Illustrator, but you actually made that M in Illustrator already. So you could if you had found it elsewhere, but.
Yes.
So you're matching the height right now. Very nice.
Yes. Oh, contextual toolbar.
Oh,
You
no.
might have to.
Moodles.com is already taken. That's okay. This is more just for the food truck.
Yeah, is this already a thing? Is Moodles?
Wait,
Has
yeah.
somebody already had this idea?
Ooh, cute. Val said the L could be a lowercase cursive.
Oh!
Very cute.
Val.
It would take away from your L or your M and your E being like our main heroes, but if you're open to a third, I think yes.
Great idea. And
Okay.
what I'm going to do to create that, this might be wrong, but I think that it's going to be right, is I'm going to create that form like this. Is I'm going to go here,
What's happening?
and then we are going to
Oh, I see.
do this. So we're going to join them up here.
Join hands, everyone.
And then I'm going to add in, I think that's probably fine. So then I'm going to delete the other sides, and then I'm going to join the path, and then round the top.
Whoa.
This is not going to be wrong. It might not be the right answer, but it's not going to be the wrong answer.
It's just an alternate answer.
Yeah.
I think you made a fish.
Okay. Let's see here. Wait, I want these two. Nope,
Just
nope.
drag over, yeah?
Those 2 points, please. Join. Thank you.
Whoa, what was the hotkey you did?
Oh, Command J.
Okay, I always right click, but that makes sense.
So with 2 points, you can Command J, and it will join. And then I want to just round this top out.
Wait, are they joined again?
They are joined.
Hello,
Oh, there are
friends.
2 points there. So I'm going to have to...
That's the worst when that happens.
Yeah.
They're so close together.
Wait, how many points are here?
Maybe zoom in a little bit so we can...
Never.
Okay. You're
Okay.
wild. Whoa.
There we go. Actually, this is
Oh,
kind
that
of
could
what I
work.
want.
Yeah, definitely.
And let's just do... I'm going to grab
Oh,
a little
keys.
ruler.
I was definitely kidding. There is not a grammar rule. I was just making it up. It's like the one that's like I before E except after C,
Yes.
etc. Don't worry, you didn't miss it in school. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Right?
Cute. Oh, that's fun.
And then I'll just kind of put
Andrew,
it here.
what if there was a noodle? This could be too crazy. So like what if your letters are all in black and then you do like a squiggly line through all the noodles? That's like a noodle. Because like the O, the D, and the L all are such like open letters now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could thread the noodle like through the...
Yes.
Another idea.
Okay, and let's do the same width here. Let's do this cap. And so as I'm playing around with this, I've noticed that like I want my height, and this is becoming just a type stream, which is fine. It's part of branding. But I want the height of the O's to go up a little bit. Actually, they're all rounded.
It kind of, yeah, works actually.
So I'm gonna just bring this down a little bit.
Is there a name for that where it's like the curve usually extends lower because it's a curve?
There is. I don't remember what it's called. It
No
might be like an
worries.
overshoot or something.
Yeah, right? Okay.
And hey, what's up, Kerwin? Nice to see you. And then we need to do the S over here, right?
Yes. Which you could probably redo the E.
Yeah.
Just like slice it and rotate it.
100%.
Which
Right?
is this, that, yeah. Huh?
Yes? Let's do this.
The alphabet becomes really different when you try and build it.
Uh-huh. So I'm going to go here. We're going to go here. I'm just going to try to trace this out.
Yep.
And then we'll go here.
I would even just draw half and then copy and reflect it and join it.
Oh, that's true.
Make your life a little easier.
Yep. Let's go there. It's going to be real loosey-goosey.
It's a noodle. That's allowed.
All right. How do I actually want to do this? Let's go here, there, center, here, there.
Ooh, yeah. That curve is nice.
Okay. And then let's take this curve. Yeah. Yeah. And if you want to change your curve, you can just grab it and then move the curve, click and drag to move the curve around.
Chat is suggesting using the intertwine tool.
Oh, that actually was
That
a part
tool
of my...
is so cool.
Yeah, that was a part of my dream last night as well.
I dream in intertwine tools.
Yes. Okay, so I think that this is going to be totally fine. I will need to add like an extra little bit to the S. But we should be fine here.
Cute.
To link those up.
Whoa, how did you switch to outlines like that?
Command Y is outline mode.
Wow.
And chat, you're getting to see the very different version of me where I'm not teaching you, where I get like distracted by the workflow that I'm doing, and then I'm like, oh great, I'm just doing this now. Okay, I think that I just go like this, right?
Yeah, super fun.
And then maybe let's connect it to the E.
Yeah.
Right? So then
Noodles.
Yeah, I'd crop out the E.
That noodle looks like it has places to go. Like it's like leaving the chat.
Bye.
Busy noodle.
All right, so I'm gonna bring this down just a tiny bit.
Just to kiss the line.
Right there, and then this is going to come all the way over.
Oh, I'm so excited to see this all together.
And...
It might need to go down a little.
Yes.
Barely.
Just a little bit. Let's take the... Oh, this is supposed to be 45.
Oh.
That's why.
Look at that. Math.
Let's take this... Oops. Down. Oop. No.
It could be because the E you didn't build, right? It was like from the typeface, so maybe it's just like a hair. No one will see it.
Which is totally fine. I'll go in and outline this.
I like watching it move like that. That was so cute.
Wait, it's so fun.
It's so fun.
Okay.
Give us the M.
And then what if the M is the two O's? Like what if I just take this form?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
And then make it so that the O's, it would basically just come down, right? Like these two would not happen.
Kerwin has the question of, are we doing custom type today? And yes, as part of the brand for the food truck, we are starting with the type.
Yes, it is. We were not intending on it, but yet here we are and it is happening. And I'm actually gonna do something really fun here.
Wade said he also wants a little white oval strategically at the end of the letters to make the whole thing look like a noodle.
Oh.
The vision is there, Wade. I love it.
Do I want this? I don't want this.
I kind of like the idea of the M being like really like big and extra.
Okay.
Like a proper
like with the
drop
O's?
cap situation. Like maybe like go up to where your bigger M was, like the squiggly one.
Yeah.
I almost feel like that could be cool.
Okay.
Like if you just add that one in. Although it's not like as perfect as the rest of the letters, so maybe it's too crazy.
Yeah. Chat, what's the easiest way for me to do that shape? I'm gonna have to pen tool it, I think, right?
I think so.
Okay. So I'd go
Or you could take the
here, here. Then we'd go back up here, go this way.
Yeah.
That's too far. And then back down here. This is definitely not right.
I think it's on the way.
Idea is there, yeah.
There's nothing a little Bezier curve can't
Oh,
fix.
okay, let's pen tool it. So I'd go here up to there. That's what I want.
Yes. Yes.
And
that's
now
perfect.
let's just even these out a little bit. I don't want to spend all of our time here. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to hit Control or Command 8. I'm going to go to View, Guides, Make Guides, Control 5. There we go. And now this is a guide. So it's no longer going to be... So now I can kind of use this as the base shape for me to kind of play around with what I'm trying to create here. Yes, what's the giggles? What's happening?
Oh, everyone's still using camel case. Wade was like, oh, you didn't hear his suggestion about the noodle. And I was like, we tried. And then someone said, he's in the zone, but it's like Z-O, like the camel case.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I just like that camel case has really struck the chat.
Yes. All right, so I think I got kind of where I want this to be. There we go. That's definitely like the craziness that I want this to be. Let's pull this way.
Me trying to explain chat is probably one of the more confusing things.
No, I loved it.
And so it said this, and then I said.
All right, so this shape is pretty much what I want. We are gonna do. Okay, so it's a little rough here. I'm gonna get caught up in this chat, and I need you to not let me.
You got this.
Thanks. I just need this to be a little bit smoother. There we go. That feels smoother.
Yes.
Okay. These details, like we should definitely not be doing this as much as we are.
You got time.
All right, thanks.
It's 9:25.
Great. This is too crazy. It's too much. It's too much. We're just gonna do an M.
A standard M. I think that's good.
We're just gonna standard M, I think. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go there. We just have more things to do, chat. Here, there, right? This is not bad.
No, I think it looks great. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I like that's tall. That's very fun. Done.
Done.
I actually think that works great. It's nice and round like the rest of the letters. It fits in. It's modern. It gets a pass. But maybe just round the ends and we'll call it a day.
Oh yeah. Make it 45 because that's what everything else is.
And then maybe
Round
scooch them up a little
ends. Give them the old.
bit. The razzle dazzle. Yes. It's great. You did it.
All right, chat. Here's our food truck called Moodles.
Moodles.
I love it.
She's perfect.
She's pretty perfect. I am gonna bring this down so that it's flat right there.
Yeah. That feels right. Cool.
This is how I do this. I always like align things with shapes.
Interesting.
There we go. All right, so we got Moodles. So let's do this real quick, just because I think it would be really
Expand
fun.
that.
Let's expand it. Let's make sure everything's at 45. Okay, that's at 47, 46. Okay, so all of our letters are different. So let's set these all to 46.
Kerwin says that he loves the M. It's perfect.
Thank you. All right, so let's expand this, and then we're going to do something really fun with it. Chat, there's not enough time. This is going to come together very, very quickly. I spent too much time on the type, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to go to Pathfinder. We are going to Pathfinder this together. Right there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to take a screenshot of this. So we're going to come here, and I'm just going to screenshot this.
I'm curious to see where we're going with the screenshot. Sometimes I think I know where the workflow is going, but this is a case where I do not.
And what we might do, actually, that might be easier, is we're just going to do a 1080 by 1080. We're going to make that into an artboard. And then I'm going to put this on there. So we're going to do some reference here. We are going to place this in the center. And then I'm going to put a large circle around it.
Okay.
And we're going to make these different colors. So we're going to make one is going to be red, and then Moodles is going to be green. So this looks really, really bad. But this is a great way to play around with Illustrator and Firefly. So we're going to export as, and I'm going to export this. We're going to use Artboards range number 2. And we're going to do Moodles. What?
I think chat has named your typeface Cavatappy. I don't know how we say it, but we think it's a noodle name. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Thanks, chat. I'll take it.
If you want to build out the rest.
Okay, so this is Moodle. So now I'm going to go to Firefly. So firefly.adobe.com. We're going to type in, sure, whatever here. And what we're going to do is we're going to use structure reference on this. This is going to be really crazy. So we're going to do a plate with spaghetti.
Oh, good luck spelling spaghetti. I don't
noodles
even know.
and sauce on a table with a fork. So we're going to do that. We are going to change the sizing to square. And then we're going to use structure reference. We're going to upload an image and use structure reference of the Moodle that we just created. So we are going to use that as a structure reference, and then we are going to change the structure reference strength to the furthest it can go. So we're going to go all the way up here, strength, there we go.
The most noodle possible.
Yep, here we're going to set it to photo. We don't have any styles. We don't have any of this other stuff. So we have our structure reference, we have photo, and then we have the prompt. And let's make sure that we're in a square format right there. Let's go ahead and hit try prompt. This is a really fun way to play around with your logo. And someone's saying turn the E sideways. I thought about that so many times and it might be better. All right, let's see what happens here. This is a really fun way to play around with your logo.
You're kidding.
Yep. So it does Moodle.
I've seen Firefly do its thing a million times, but every time I lose my mind.
Yeah.
Wait, that one is great.
Really fun, right?
Yes.
So really, really great way to do this. And maybe we could do different, let's just do pasta noodles.
Ooh, okay.
Pasta noodles.
Ooh, if it was like the thick noodle with all the lines on it, I think that'll look so cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is we can maybe get like some different noodles. So we can use this as a way to just kind of reassess our logo to see if it works as a logo or as,
It definitely works.
Noodles.
Wow, there's lots of pasta in there.
Yes.
Fireflies.
Ooh, someone's saying a pot of ramen. Yes.
Ooh. They said please, so we can we can approve that request.
All right, so let's see what happens there. And what we could do is we could extract our type out with those letters, and then we have like a lockup of those
Firefly?
letters. Yeah. No, in Photoshop.
Okay, I was unaware of that feature then.
Okay. Didn't do it as good.
Maybe do like top view bowl of ramen. Sorry, we have other things to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back, and I'm probably going to grab this one.
I like that one. Yeah.
So I'm gonna download this, and we'll take it into Photoshop, and then we'll have it just as a version. Here's a thumbnail for a show that's coming up next week.
Ooh, stay tuned.
I was busy, y'all.
That was a really subtle segue.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna go here, and then we are just going to open this, and I'm gonna use the object selection tool right here, which is the object selection tool. It's on your magic wand, and then I can. How do I want to do this actually? Let's go ahead and just draw around and see if it picks up these extra little noodles.
That'll be interesting because it's all noodles, so. But it has,
yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it did a pretty good job. So I'm just gonna mask that out and see what we got there. So not great, but I can go in here a little bit closer and we could see if we can just select these. Yes. So if I wanted to, I'd probably.
You could magic wand maybe. I feel like it would pick it up.
Yes. I'd want to go here. Oh, interesting. It's picking up. This is gonna be too much time for what I want to actually spend on it.
It could be because you're not on your image.
Oh no, I'm on my image. I'm just doing the opposite side.
Okay.
So then I mask out.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So like we could do this and we'd have a nice little noodle thing, but I don't want to spend all the time here. I do want to get into doing some branding since we like have 15 minutes left. So let's just do pasta noodles. And here I am going to search Adobe stock, and this is going to do some stock for me. I'm going to look for vectors here. We can go ahead and sort by vector right there. And I want some just different shapes. That's a fun pattern.
That's very fun. Ooh.
Okay, this might be good right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this has all the different types of pasta. We're gonna license this, and we're gonna use this for kind of the base. We are gonna download the vector.
Just like that.
Just like that. Nope.
Ah.
Hold on.
Jump scare.
Yeah. Can we cut to our heads? Hi, talking people. Thanks.
The close-up everyone was hoping for.
Yeah, the close-up of Andrew opening the pre-release.
Hey, we've all been there.
Sorry, y'all. Don't want to get fired. Okay, let's go ahead and open this in the right version of the program. Hold, please. All right, here we go. And boom.
3,
all right,
2.
we're back. We did it. All right, we got noodles.
Whoa, I haven't even seen some of these noodle shapes.
I haven't either.
I feel like we should play noodle bingo now in real life.
Lynette. All right, so the most common ones, I think we have, or which one of these look like, I think this needs to be like angry, right? This needs to be like a spicy.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll come over here. Let's do that.
The farfalle. I don't know how we say these noodle
Farfalle.
names.
And let's go ahead and use our color schemes that we have here. And this one's definitely going to be red.
The angriest bow tie I've ever seen.
Yep. So what you can do is if you have a shape like this, you need to fill the inside of it. You can actually just do live paint. Have you ever done live paint?
No.
I don't use it very often, but you can go to Object
But
with
why
something
not?
selected. You can go to Object, and you can go to Live Paint, and then Make. And it's actually going to make it so that when you hit K, which is the paint bucket tool, you can fill it in with any of these colors. So if I wanted to, now I can fill it in with the orange. And now you have 2 shapes.
That was amazing.
Pretty cool, right?
I would go so roundabout. I would like release the clipping mask, yada yada.
Yeah. So you can just use Live Paint. It does take away some of the editability there, but you can make it happen. All right, so we're going to do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of flip these around. So using K, the Live Paint. How do you do it? Yeah, you can use arrow keys to cycle through your colors if you're in a color palette.
What?
So see there how it's cycling through?
Go
I'm just
paint
hitting
bucket.
left and right. And so
Yeah.
it's super easy to color in your art using the paint bucket tool. And I'm going to kind of go back and forth to create some patterns
Sure.
with you. So this is going to be like a spicy dish, like a spicy noodle.
A spicy noodle.
That'll be like angry.
Okay, I think that one that just says pasta, that one seems like joy.
Where?
This
this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
It's so cute, little like rainbow.
Yes.
Very
I think I need to go
happy.
the other way.
Okay.
So like, let's go this way and then let's go this way. Because then it's happy.
Oh, I was picturing it horizontal. I was like, it would be the same.
It'd be the same.
I was like, yeah, for sure.
So again, this is a super easy way. What? Wait, you don't know about Live Paint? Yeah, Live Paint's super easy.
We're all learning today, Val.
So it basically is going to take all the different shapes. So this here, and it does take away your editability, but I'm going to go Object. We're going to go to Live Paint, go to Make, and then I'm going to hit K, which is my paint bucket tool. And I'll click on this little folder right here, and it's going to grab all of my colors. Oh, interesting. Why is it not? Okay. Where are my colors? Oh, it's cycling through all of them. Why are you cycling through all of them? That's not what I want.
It has many feelings. It needs
There
more
we
color.
go. I have to be in the folder. So we're going to make this one, Joy would be yellow.
Definitely.
So we're going to do yellow. And then the inside, maybe we want to be green.
Yeah.
Actually, opposite way.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be
more
it's
yellow.
going to be both, I guess. Boom.
Stop.
Boom.
It's so happy.
Yay.
I love it.
And then we'll do one more that is inversed. Chat, this brand is going to come together in like 10 minutes. I promise you.
Expert mode.
Yeah, we're going to go into expert mode here in a second. All right. And then this one would be green.
Andrew, that is the cutest pasta that has ever been.
Right?
No question.
All right. So we have joy, or we have like, I guess this would be like happy pasta.
Yeah.
This is like lemon lime.
Ooh.
Right? Like lemon ginger.
ricotta.
Yeah. This one is definitely like spicy.
Super.
And then let's do
a sad pasta.
a sad pasta. Let's do
Wait, the cavatappi or toppy.
Where's that?
This one.
This one?
Yes, and my reason for being sadness is it looks like it's spiraling, and I
Yes.
feel like those go hand in hand.
Yes. I love that it's like a spiral pasta. Yes.
And
all
it
right,
was
so
what
this
Val
one
was saying.
is going to be blue and purple. So again, select it, Object, Live Paint, Make, and let's do blue, and then the inside we're going to have be that purple. Oops.
Whoa, that purple is so purple.
I was going to say it's very, very
Wow.
purple. Is that purple too purple?
No. For
Okay.
10 minutes left, it's perfect.
Thank you. Gosh. Thanks, Emily. Keeping us on track here. All right, so we've got sad, and then maybe we want to do one more. This one feels like a scarf, right? Okay, what other?
Which one's anxiety? If you haven't seen Inside Out 2, anxiety gets introduced. Maybe
Yes.
I'm seeing either this one or that one. Oops, sorry, that one. Give me anxiety vibes, not actual anxiety.
What about this one?
Oh, actually, it's very fair.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this one, and these will be our 4. And this one, what ingredients can we have to like make pasta anxious?
I mean, I would think of orange because that was just the association with the movie, but
Yes.
maybe it's all the colors because it's like a lot of feelings mixed into one.
Oh, we need more colors.
Or it could be black.
We need more colors,
like-
right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do brown. So let's like get a brown into the color palette here.
Using our fancy hue saturation.
Yeah, and what I'm
situation.
probably going to do is just take down the darkness of this. So I'm going to
orange.
select it and then
Smart.
just take down to be a little bit more down here.
Perfect.
There we go. And I'm going to add that to our color palette here.
With an easy little click.
Yep, and then I probably want like a tan version of this as
A
well.
lighter version, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to match it up here.
I feel like up. Yeah, that's cute.
A little more of an orange, right? This is gonna be like more of like an egg pasta.
Chat says pineapple on pasta equals anxious. So I feel like that, yeah.
That's pretty intense.
That's a lot of feelings in one place.
All right, here, and then we will live paint. Can I just click to live paint it? Yeah. So you don't have to actually make it into live paint. You can just hit K and it will live paint right there for
I'm
you.
going to try that on my stream.
All right, boom, 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 and here and there, right?
Yeah.
And there.
Making pasta like here?
Wait, am I doing this the same? I am. Okay, hold on, yes.
Yes, you did. Outline, hit the outline with the yellow.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, so we have all our pasta. Looks pretty good to me. Let's create a pattern with this pasta.
Let's do it.
A pasta pattern, if you will.
I also misspoke. You have 15 minutes left.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
I'm still stressed.
I'm still anxious.
All right, so we are going to pull these over here. And actually what I might do is create, let's not.
We will never know.
I was going to create a brush. But let's not do that
pasta brush?
for now. We're just going to kind of put these in here.
So you're just arranging them on an artboard right now
Yep.
with no bounds or anything, but that's kind of the framework you're using, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. In chat, I'm going to be real honest with you. I hate this purple. It just needs to be a little darker, right?
It was a little clashy.
It was a little clashy. This is better, right?
Wait, save that one, yeah.
Okay.
Get rid of her.
All right. Bye, purple.
Bye. Can you replace your swatch or you just have to delete her?
I'm just going to delete her.
Bye. Miss you.
All right. So then with this one selected, I am going to add that here. And then what I can actually do is over with the other one that we have right here. Oh, actually, it's not going to matter.
Yeah,
Never
that'll
mind.
be easy.
Yeah.
We're going to recolor her.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't have time.
No time.
No time.
Fast workflows only.
Chat, I like working live with you, but I almost never have enough time.
I think you're doing great. You're going to pull us together.
All right, we're going to pull it together.
Or you are pulling it together. It's happening.
It's happening.
Actively happening.
Okay, so let's definitely try to get a little more of like a balance here.
Yeah, scooch the top right one over and then maybe put the anxious in the top. Or to the left to make room. Or, yeah, that works.
There, and then maybe this one goes here.
I love it.
And then maybe we kind of flip things.
Chat wants a pasta brush now, but for real life.
All right, chat, I'll make you a pasta brush. Here, and then maybe one of these.
Yeah, building a pattern is difficult work.
Yeah. I think I need to have one of these.
Another guy? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Scale is always your friend. Whoa.
And we're back. Hi, everybody. We had some technical issues here, but we did continue on noodling around.
Ooh.
So check this out. What we did is I went through and I created a pattern. Wait, we don't have your... Oh. 7 minutes to finish the branding. Let's go. Okay, so we created a pattern here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all of this, and we're going to go to Object, Pattern, and then Make. And now it's going to make this little pattern for us, which is really fun. So I can zoom out here and see, and you can actually change all the settings if you wanted to kind of offset things. I do want to do brick by brick in row, so that'll make it so it's a little more offset. And then maybe I want to do 2/3. That looks a little bit better to me. And that looks good. So I'm gonna hit done, and then I'll have that saved. And now if I wanted to, I could create a pattern of just a block. And now I have that pattern that I can use of all of the different noodles.
You did it.
So if I wanted to create some social media images or even like a menu, I'm thinking, we just do different color blocks here of all of our different colors. So I'm gonna do different colors, and this would be part of the branding package that I would send to the client is, hey, here's some custom patterns for you to use. We could use these in Express or really anywhere else that we needed to. Is we have all of these here, and I actually created a gray version of this. And using a gray version of a pattern is great because you can multiply or overlay to make it darker or lighter. So check this out. what we're going to do is we are going to go and we are going to fill. Actually, we're just going to copy all these. So click and drag Control C, and then we're going to paste in place. Go to Edit and Paste in Place. And now it's made a copy of each of those squares right where they were.
Directly where it was.
Yep.
Right.
And with those selected, I can actually fill them
Wow.
with this little pattern that I made
That's a hack.
of the gray pasta. And then set the blending mode to multiply, to overlay, to whatever we want it to be. So let's go here. So then I'm just going to select all of these, which is all of our patterns, and change the blending mode to multiply.
And the benefit of it being gray is that it's not going to have a color interaction, right?
Yep. If you want to make it brighter, you can color dodge.
Whoa.
Right? If you wanted to, you could do overlay. It'd be a little bit less. Or you could do soft light is actually going to be even less.
I like that.
I like that.
Like
I'm
a
not
back
mad
of a
about it.
menu. Or the pop tone one was very fun.
Yeah.
Oh, not that one.
I think this could be fun.
Okay.
Right? For a back of a
Yeah.
menu. And then maybe let's just take the opacity down to like 75%.
Gorgeous. That's really cute.
Great. Super fun. So this is something that you could do. And this is actually, I think, what I'd want to do on like a food truck, to like wrap a food
Yes.
truck. And I'm actually going to grab our Moodles right here. Do we have an outline version? Yes, this is it, right? Yeah.
The lime green one.
Yep. So I'm going to bring this over here, and this is going to be our logo. And now you can see that if we wanted to, we could put the logo here.
Andrew, it's so fun.
It's so fun. And so what I would do with this to kind of up the brand is I would actually create some like weird wonky kind of like noodly vibes through it. And here's how I would do that. So I actually did this on another project that you've seen, is I would take the pen tool and we're just going to click
Where is it
all
going?
over the place and make sure that it's just not like overlapping with itself. Actually, you know what? It can overlap with itself. There's no rules. So literally just click all over the place. And I want this to be like just a long noodle that's kind of wrapping through this design. So it looks really crazy right now, but it won't in a second.
Can confirm.
Yes, that it does.
But we have faith, right, chat?
Yep. So we have it here. Then we're going to hit Shift X to switch it to stroke. We're going to put in a bit of a longer stroke here.
Noodle.
A bit of a thicker stroke. And then we're going to go to Object. We're going to go to Effect, sorry. We're going to go to Distort and Transform. And we're going to go to Stylize. And we're going to go to Round Corners. And here we're going to set it to like 999.99. And then hit OK.
Exact.
Yep. And now we have these weird, wobbly, extra little noodles. So you can go to Object, Expand Appearance, and now we have the paths for those noodles.
Incredible.
And where I want to, I can kind of bring these in, bring these out, and use them as kind of just elements throughout our design. If I wanted to, I could take this down to maybe 30, so it's a little bit less.
I love how random that is in the best way, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, couldn't get better.
Yeah, really fun. So we could do that over the whole thing. I'm probably just going to use the brush tool and like do some like little noodle elements here. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Just a little kind of like zoop. And the way I can do that is I can change my smoothing all the way up. So we're going to grab the brush tool and then hit Enter to open your smoothing. And we can smooth it all the way up. And then you can do some fun stuff like this to where you really have some little
That's perfect.
noodles
I want these
of noodles.
I want these to all be like coasters that you get at the restaurant, but they're all different.
Yes.
You know, so they're each a little bit unique. If you did that big brush tool too, that would be fun.
Yes. Okay, super fun. So we could do that with all of these different ones. I am going to put this on the others. And this is another hack if you're working on branding, is if you make one element, you have made 4 elements because you can just rotate it. And then you've actually made 8 because you can also reflect that. So we're going to do this. And then I'm going to click and drag this over here. Line that up. And then again, we're just going to boop, rotate probably twice there. And there we go. We got a whole new one.
Magic.
Moodles. Chat, I'm not mad at all about this. I think this is a super fun little exercise to create.
You read my mind. I was like, oh, what is he going to do? Reflect it?
Yes.
Genius.
And maybe let's do one of these that has our busy pattern in it, which is a little too crazy. It's too crazy, right? Like this would be cool on like box, but not on
maybe
else.
not on a full color. On a gift card, maybe? That could be fun.
Yeah, a little gift card. So we have what, 2 minutes left?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want to give us an overview of the project?
Let's
or
recap.
Finish one more?
So here's what we did, is we started with Wade. Oh, eat your feelings. We didn't put in
Oh, no,
tagline.
yes, add it. On second thought, no recap. If you want to watch the recap or the replay, definitely go back on YouTube. It will be up there. But this has been a really fun stream.
Yes. So we're going to do Eat Your Feelings. I think that type is actually probably fine, right?
Whoa, absolutely. I didn't realize we had that whole typeface. That's genius.
Yes. So we're going to put that in there. Love that we have the extra little bit there. Maybe put it in some little quotes. No, I hate those. So we created a brand for a food truck called Moodles. It is a noodle place based on whatever mood you're in. So then we created and got all of these from Adobe stock, used Recolor, used Adobe Color to find that. We spent a bunch of time making custom type here for Moodles, which is really fun. And then from there, we went in and started creating patterns. We created a grayscale pattern as well as a color pattern for the different noodles. And we created this nice little Eat Your Feelings. We also went through and used Adobe Firefly structure reference to create some nice little Moodles key art here. And it's really fun to do this with a GIF, to create a GIF, right?
Oh,
of it going back and forth of a bunch of different things. We did this for office hours. And so really fun way to play around with structure reference to create something really unique. And the way that we did that is, again, we just took our logo, did red and green in a circle with our logo, and then tossed it into Adobe Firefly with structure reference.
This was such a fun stream, Andrew.
It was a fun stream. We did it. So thanks for joining us. We have another stream coming up next. Emily, what are you working on?
I'm going to be working on some products for my dog, Mosby. It's very cute and very fun, so definitely stick around, and we'll be back.
Yes, we'll be back. See you soon. Bye, everybody. We are going to be creating some assets for Father's Day. So we're going to do 1920s graphic design poster, and let's definitely do some gold diamond shapes. Oh, this is 100% what we want. And then we'll paste it over here in Illustrator. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select all of these, and then I'm going to go to edit. I'm gonna go to edit colors and recolor artwork. From there, we're going to click on the little color theme picker tool, and then click here and check that out. We've got an awesome color palette, and I'm gonna select these colors and then come to libraries, and we're going to do a new library and then just call it Father's Day. I'm going to just make some compound paths. So I'm just gonna take these two shapes and hit Command or Control 8. And right there, it's going to give me this nice little border. I'm going to use the ellipse tool here to kind of just build out these shapes. So if I scale this down, it's the same size stroke. I want it to get smaller as I go.
Right.
Command K is going to take me to my hotkeys, and I can come down here, and then I'm going to go to General and Scale Strokes and Effects. Now as I get smaller, you'll see that it's actually taking that stroke down a little bit. So we're going to use the pen tool here to just add an anchor point on either side. Grab this center piece right here and delete. Boom. This is a really easy hack. Is we are going to hit M to grab the square tool or the rectangle tool. We are going to pull out a rectangle. And right now it's a stroke. With that selected, all you have to do is hit Shift X, and it is going to flip the stroke in the fill. And then we will use the pen tool to just hover over here and remove one of those sides. Now we got a nice little corner, and boom, Father's Day. It feels like strong and like Battle Dad.
That's like Battle Dad.
I can save this and take it directly into Adobe Express. I'm going to go start from your content and then click on 20s right here, and we're gonna open. So I'm gonna go ahead and unlock this. Just like Illustrator, it's pulled in all of those individual shapes. Can you look up some common phrases of the 1920s, right? It's like, you got a lot of moxie. So let's go ahead and add our text here. So I'm just gonna actually search here and do like deco and see if anything comes up. Look at all these options we have. Ooh, I like that, right?
That's it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna select this, and we are going to go to fill. Check it out, additional colors, Father's Day.
There they are.
Automatically pulled it in from the library that we had created. And we are going to search in elements, icons, and do like, I'm gonna do whiskey and see what happens. So there we go.
Nice.
We have this icon here, and we're gonna change the fill to maybe that same kind of look. Old sport, you got a lot of moxie. All right, boom. So we're gonna click on add. Okay, we're going like grungy, like 90s.
Yeah.
It has to be like flippant and be like, whatever, dad, right?
Yeah.
So this was very much the 90s vibe, is kind of just like random stuff thrown together here. So I'm gonna use the touch type tool here. If you haven't used it, super helpful. We are just going to select each of these letters, and then we're able to like rotate or change the size of them. Look I literally am doing this with one hand because I got bored. Sorry, I'm just channeling my 90s.
Sass.
Whatever. So we're gonna go to media. We're going to go to grunge texture. There we go. Let's see if we can get like so many, like, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Remove that background.
Yeah, what's great is I'm gonna do this and then we're gonna remove the backgrounds. Okay, and then like blow this up and then we're gonna like multiply it, right? And then I'm gonna do some pen scribbles. I definitely need to do like the scribble stars. Okay, great. Love it. It's so good. All right, let's bring in our text. Okay, so we're gonna go here and we're just gonna click right there. And now we got pink. I am going to share this with you. We are going to do a publishing link. Scan this with your phone right now and you will be able to work on these in Adobe Express. It will open it automatically in Adobe Express for you. So thanks so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, friends. I hope that y'all have enjoyed the streams thus far. We are back again for another one. My name is Idara Ekpa. I'm going to be your host for today, and we are joined by Emily, who was just over here, but is now over here.
Same person.
Same person. As we talk about creating products and patterns, custom products, custom patterns and shapes for our puppies.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So if y'all have any questions, comments, or anything that you want to share in the chat, please be sure to drop it. I will be sure to make sure we get those questions answered. Emily, what do we have planned for the day?
So I always end up talking about my dog on the stream, which is inevitable. You know, if you love something, it always comes up. And so I thought it'd be really fun to show some photos of my dog since it's always been a mystery, and then design some products for him based on his favorite activities. So that's what we're going to be doing today.
And what's the name of your dog again?
His name is Mosby. I saw Wade said Mosby hype, so
Yes.
thanks, Wade. That is what we're here for the next hour.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right. So, yeah, if y'all have any questions, be sure to drop them in the chat. It seems like everyone is really excited. Oliver said, hi, Dara. Hi, Emily. Val said, the best gals in one place. I'm so
Val.
jealous. Yeah. All right, perfect.
Cool. Okay, so this is my Mosby folder, and we'll just go into this folder very briefly that says Muse, because this is Mosby. So here's my dog. Here's him as like a little puppy. He has lots of personality, and he's an Angels fan sometimes, and he's just very cute. Yes. So that is who we're working for today. So keep the client in mind.
Yes. Oh my goodness, such an adorable
Maybe
client.
I'll add him onto the artboard so we can feel inspired as we work here. But yeah, I wanted to design around his favorite things. So I outlined those for us here, which are straightforward. You know, he likes treats, he likes being outdoors, and he loves toys, you know.
Very dog-like.
Yeah, very dog-like. And look at that face. I mean, how could we not, you know, design for him? Cool. So I'm going to work on building out I have some illustrations here that we're going to work with, and then I'm going to build out some other ones in this category to walk you through that workflow, and they'll go from there. Oh yeah, I'm seeing some dogs in the chat.
Yep.
Hot dogs too. I love it. I'm glad you're a dog person. I asked right before we went live. I was like,
I'm
are you a dog person?
I don't have a dog. I've never actually had a pet, which is actually very sad.
It's a lot of
comment to
work.
make. Yeah, you know, and I keep saying, like, I want a dog, and then everyone in my life keeps reminding me, like, Hidar, are you responsible enough to take care of a dog? I'm like, you know what? That's a good point.
It's not even, responsibility is one thing, but even just being available is like, I mean, you got to go on walks, you got to be doing all sorts of things. As we're approaching summer here too, it gets hot. So I'm in Southern California.
Oh my goodness.
And so we just ordered him shoes.
I was going to ask. Okay, so I saw a TikTok yesterday. I think it was like, no, it wasn't yesterday. It was a few days ago. And, you know, this person was kind of talking about, like, you guys be careful with your dogs. Like, give your dogs shoes. Like, you guys are taking your dogs on walks. And like, would you walk around barefoot
Right.
on the pavement?
Yep.
And I know I wouldn't. So please get your dog some shoes.
Why am I doing this to my dog? But I'm so excited. So they came in the mail, and my husband, I was like, please wait till I'm home because I want to see him try them on for the first time. Cool. So I am building out for the first category here of treats. He currently is having limited treat intake for his dietary needs, but we'll make him some digital ones so he can feel like he is being included here. So I just use the circle tool or the ellipse tool, excuse me. You could do this a couple ways, but I'm going to do a Pathfinder workflow here and kind of draw these out to be matching. Let me zoom in here. I saw you working on photography yesterday. Are you more photography based?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Fully so.
Okay, so Illustrator is a very different platform for you.
It's not my platform.
All right, so we're gonna.
I will say
dig
though,
in.
I have, and I said this to on the stream yesterday with Sarah. Like I have like a full respect for designers because I, in my heart, want to make illustrations. I want to draw, and I have Illustrator on my computer.
Of
and I
course.
have tried It's not one of those applications that I don't have downloaded. Like, it's in my Creative Cloud.
Right,
I haven't had downloaded.
No, you have it.
I
but
have it. I'm just intimidated.
It's very different from Photoshop. There's
Yeah.
there's some in between tools that are the same, but maybe I should have you pull it up and we could do this side by side.
I wish. Oh my goodness.
This will be your crash course. Okay, so I used the shapes, and then I went over to Pathfinder and I merged those shapes together. And then I have a library built out, which I was talking yesterday to Whitney about libraries. I was a slow adopter of libraries, but now I fully believe in libraries. It's just so fast. It keeps all my colors right here, and then it has workflows between programs, which is amazing. Voodoo Val says she will teach you to draw. You can do it.
I need to learn how to draw.
Thanks, Val.
Please, Val, teach me. Okay, you know what, Val? I'm gonna hit you up after the stream. You gonna have to teach me.
Actually,
how to draw.
Val, patch in. Come on
You know,
into this
come
stream.
on, just drop it.
We can do that, right?
You're not too far, right?
Yeah. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna add some illustration lines just to match this little cheese wedge. So I'm just gonna add some details in there. I'm gonna try to remember what my okay. So I was doing a 10-point just to match that. Yeah, I'm at 5. See, I was like, this looks too low. 10. 10's the magic number.
Go.
So I'm gonna highlight these by dragging and dragging and clicking, and I'm gonna eyedropper by pressing I to sample this to just work a little bit faster. And then I'm going to bump this up to 10 as well. Wow. So these are going to be little kibble type treats, I guess. And then I want to add a little corner line right here. So I'm going to do Command C, Command F to place in front. And then I'm going to hold Option Shift and drag it in. But the only thing is when you do a corner like that, it does get a little bit, the sizing is a little bit different. So I'm actually doing offset path. So I'm going to do Object Path, Offset Path, and then I'm going to go negative. I'm going to do negative 20. Let's see. And I'm going to do round. To keep the round, that was not enough. Let's do negative 50. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. Yeah. And it keeps the shape more true to the actual object. Nice. There's probably a lot of reasons of why that actually happens, but I don't understand it. I just know that this is the right way to maintain the look that I want. So then I use the scissor tool to just disconnect that and make it its own little object here. And then I'm going to round out these corners, which is a small detail, but everything else is really round. So I took the line and I just changed the end cap of the stroke. And then maybe I'll do one. I'm just going to draw a circle and see if this looks weird. Ooh, I kind of want it to be a half circle.
Okay.
Because I want it to be a gumdrop kind of. It's how I'm envisioning this in my mind. It's a little too round, maybe like that. That looks weird. I don't know. It didn't look like the right gumdroppy shape that I'm looking for. So maybe I'll just copy this one over, arrange, bring to front, and then I'm just gonna reflect it. I was gonna turn it, but it won't work. So let's reflect it. Great. And then maybe I will do the same with this one. And this one I think I could just rotate. Yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna arrange these in a little grouping so they look kind of cute together.
What would you say when you're kind of deciding what you're gonna do, especially in this case we're making patterns, where do you get your inspiration from?
Right here. My muse.
Yeah. So does everything start with the muse and then you just kind of go from there?
Yeah, I would say if it's not an actual dog, I would say, it's the person, it's the product, it's the company, it's the vision, and always bringing it back to that is really a good way to keep your design work focused. And doing it that way of what's the message we're trying to say? And okay, so I'm gonna highlight my little library situation. So I've dragged a lot of these in here. I named some of them Frisbee. I didn't name all of them, which I think that's how you spell Frisbee. I don't know. But the cool thing about libraries is I group these together and I can just drag it over here and it's gonna add it in.
Library,
Yep, and it's gonna sync and I'm gonna be treats for Mose, so he can get those. That looks cool. And then I'm gonna do a singular. So I have these grouped. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So as you can see, they're all grouped together.
Yep.
So I'm gonna double click into the group to steal from the group. So I'm gonna highlight these, Command C, click out of the group, Command V, and then I'm gonna make sure, I think these are grouped. No, they're not. So let me group these individually, and then I'm gonna add these as individual
Into your library.
into the library as well. Which, okay, it moved down here. So we'll do treat 1. Oops. And sometimes it's helpful to name it if they're looking similar, right? Like these are different in size and scale, but if I was just looking in here, I might not know.
Yep.
So just helpful to do it that way. Okay, so he loves these little like kibble treats. He loves cheese as treats. I'm trying to think like what's another treat he loves. Oh, lately he's been to carrots, but we have a carrot. I'm gonna do a blueberry. He also is very into blueberries. We're trying to give him healthier treats, so that is what's going on there. So I'm gonna draw just another circle, and I'm gonna use my library. Whoops, I don't need to double click. That's crazy. I'm gonna make sure my fill is what's selected here too. Libraries, click the blue. Cool.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'm gonna use another shape, and I'm gonna drag out a star shape, which that's too many, but that's okay. So there's little handles here that if you drag them, it allows you to change. Yeah. And then if you grab this inside handle, it also changes that part. But I actually want to grab these outside ones because there's like that little like squiggly part and like the top of a. I think that's too many. I feel like it's like simpler. Maybe it looks like that. I feel like for a blueberry. Yeah. And then maybe like pull. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'm gonna pull these out so it's like a little bit spikier. Yeah.
It's like the simplest like detail, and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks like a blueberry.
No,
now.
it's a blueberry, right? I know. But let me tell you, that game is so hard to play if you're like, something's wrong, but I don't know what it is. And you're like, oh, it just needed this little like half circle, you know? Or like, oh, it needed. Yeah. Illustration, man, is wild. Okay, so I think it needs like the little, like I feel like it has like a little thing at the bottom, right?
Yeah,
but that doesn't,
it does.
But that doesn't look right. Something about
No.
that's not right.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, no,
like-
take it off. She's like, I didn't want to say it, but if you're saying
If you're saying it, yeah, like the star point right there, yeah, that's
That's right.
That's
I know.
doing what it's supposed to do.
But there is like,
there is
I will
like,
approve that part. Okay, we'll forget it. I think it's like where the stem.
Yeah, there's like
yeah.
a little kind of indentation at the bottom.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is, so I'm just gonna go for a circle here, and I'm gonna do the same little line treatment that we had on the last one, or on the kibble treats, because I think that's just gonna emphasize the roundness of our blueberry here.
Got it. Agreed. Now we have the chat is moving. First, Val had said that she was gonna teach us how to draw or teach me how to draw, which honestly, Val, thank you so much. And then Wade had also asked for the same treatment. And then we had said Jeff joined us as well. Welcome, Jeff. He said, wait. Are we doing dog treats? Yay. And then Jeff said, was this asked, what kind of dogs does everyone have?
Ooh, yeah. Do we have dogs in the chat?
Yes, if we have dogs in the chat, please drop the type of dog. Also the name of your dog as well.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear all the names of everyone's pets. Especially it's me that does not have a pet, so I have to live through you guys.
give her a pet, everyone, just for today.
Give me a pet. Oh my goodness, I don't know what kind of dog person I would be. What kind of dog is your dog again?
He's an Australian Shepherd.
Wow.
Which means he sheds a lot.
Ooh.
So much hair.
Yep, that's what it sounds like.
And even when you vacuum, there's still hair.
Gosh.
It's never-ending fun, I tell you.
It's never ending.
Okay, I think... does it have, like... I feel like it has a little, like...
I feel like that's close.
Yeah, right?
That's close. Especially because, it does have, like, a
You know
little,
what I'm going to do just to check right here? I'm going to type in blueberry.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's have a fact.
reference.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the other thing. I feel like people... Yeah, okay, there's a little dot. Yeah.
Yeah, like it kind of like goes out with the star and then like the dot is like, yeah. Exactly.
This is the little dot that I'm picturing on the bottom, but it just wasn't translating, so it's not going to happen. Yeah, okay, little star shape. We're looking good. Cool. Now we fact checked it.
There we go.
I might just take the little circle out. I think it's like accurate, but I kind of like it without. So small detail, but nonetheless. Okay, and then I'm going to layer these by arranging front to back. And I'm going to kind of do it and maybe like scale this one down a little bit because it's a little bit more in the back. Command G to group them and then drop them in the library. Thank you for telling me about the star.
Yes.
Illustrator. Okay, blueberry. And then I'm going to do an individual blueberry as well. Command C, Command V, and then drop it on in.
And bam.
Berry.
I love how seamless this process is with being able to create your illustrations, but also how quickly and easily you can drop it into your library. And I love
So
the
cool, right?
aspect of libraries too, because it's kind of cross-functional. So if you need to pull this in Express,
Yep.
you can easily go into Express and your library will populate there, which is really great.
It's amazing. Okay, so I think I'm going to focus in on making the treat pattern first, and then to showcase that, and then we'll move into other patterns as we go, just to make sure. So I'm going to pull out all of the ones that are treat related over here. So I'm going to grab the blueberries and the little kibbles, these guys, and I'm gonna kind of keep this as like my base artboard. This is just my personal workflow. There's no right or wrong to this. Unless you have opinions, chat, let us know. So I'm gonna bring these items together, and I'm gonna actually, I lied. I'm gonna delete this artboard, and I'm gonna make a square. So hold Shift to make a square. I find it easier to kind of build in a square shape and then go from there. But there's a lot of different ways that people like
What do you find easier about that process?
Well, I'll show you when we open the pattern, the dialog box for it, but there is, you kind of work off of either a hexagon or a square. So you can do it live in there, or you can do it a little bit beforehand. So it kind of just depends how you want to handle it.
Okay.
But my dog loves cheese. He loves cheese so much. So I wanted to give him a cheese pattern because I thought it'd be cute. So I'm going to kind of bring these around. This one's a little fancier. He doesn't get cheese like that. I don't know what kind of cheese that is.
I was gonna say, your dog is
By the
eating
way,
well.
he's really fancy. He has really exquisite taste.
He don't get the cheese that the rest of y'all
Kraft
eat.
cheese,
The Kraft
right
cheese,
here.
okay? He gets the expensive ones where you gotta ask him to go in the back.
We're using like a little knife to like cut him the wedges.
Yeah.
That's not happening. He's getting this cheese, let's be honest. Whatever Trader Joe's has. Okay, I don't like that this is kind of the same color as everything else. So I'm gonna come up to my, you're like, thank God
Sorry.
we're changing it. She said, wow.
No.
I'm kidding. Okay, let me see what
I love your energy, girl. I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's the laughter I needed this morning.
Good.
Oh my goodness.
We're starting off happy.
We
It's
are.
good. Okay, I'm gonna add these in.
It just feels more balanced now.
Yeah, right? Yeah. You get it, yeah.
I get it.
See, there's elements of photography and design that really overlap.
It overlaps. Like when something just looks out of place or like
You
colors
know.
are just like all in one spot, it just doesn't fit.
Okay, I'm gonna grab this. So this, he also loves shredded cheese. Like he has no inhibitions when it comes to cheese. Any cheese will do. So I wanted to add these in kind of as a filler for where we needed a little extra detail. Okay, so this is looking decently spaced out. I like it going off the page a little bit. I might cut this cheese in half. And you'll see the vision in a minute. So I had these like removed from the shape. So that's why they're kind of like
just sitting there.
appearing now. Yeah. And then I'm going to use my pen tool. P is the shortcut. And I don't want to subtract it. I want to do an addition.
Okay.
But I think it's, oh, there it is. Okay. So you just click and click. And then if you see right here, when I hover over it, it gives me that little circle. Oh, that's really hard to see on that screen. But that completes the shape. So that means that my cheese is now one shape.
Love that.
And then I'm going to bring this, I'm going to drag shift with my direct select tool to grab all these little anchors and bring these up. And then I'm going to bring out this cutout. Oops, it's layered. Goodbye. I'm going to bring this one up and maybe scale it down. And maybe duplicate it. I don't know why I duplicate. I could have just built a new one. I don't know why. I was like,
well,
let me
you
just
know, there we go. You know, we took
keep
what we
it.
have and we created something new. Yeah, I like that.
Cool. And then I'm going to change the color using my library little shortcut. Amazing. Cheese. And I'm going to add this one over here. Oops, let me go back to my mouse. Sometimes the trackpad's my friend, and sometimes we are at odds. Okay, I'm going to do it too.
Jeff said these are looking awesome, by the way. Val, she said, release your cheese ambitions.
Can we sing it? Yeah.
Release your cheese ambitions. Feel the cheese on your skin. No one else can cheese it for you.
That's amazing. And it's not copyright because we changed all the lyrics, so no worries.
It doesn't matter.
That's so fun. Thanks, Val. And thank you for
Val.
singing. No,
Of
thank
course,
you. The real talent. It's not me. It's not me. It's right here. All right, cool.
LOL.
So these are just arranged on my artboard right now. They're all individual. There's only one thing that's sticking out to me. This is like a little too thick, so I'm going to scale this down. And it depends how, I've kind of built this in stages. I was working a little bit yesterday and not today, so sometimes if you build it at different times and you're not following your own recipe, you know, it got a little off key there. Okay, so I'm going to highlight all of these, and then I'm going to go to Object, Pattern, Make. And now,
Whoa.
Right.
Wowzers.
So the craziest thing, which is awesome, is that if you drag here, it's going to adjust like the entire pattern, right? So let me zoom out and we're like going crazy.
Perfect. Okay.
You're like, yeah, but that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
so
a lot.
that's why I like to build it on like a small version first before I do this, because sometimes this is really overwhelming if you like just jump in here. Jeff said that was the first thing. Yeah, exactly.
Jeff, we love you.
And your cheese ambitions, don't you worry.
I can't believe I sang that on this.
That was amazing. I'm gonna sample that. I'm gonna be listening to it when I design now.
Oh, watch it one day just end up on Instagram. Like
you're gonna get viral for singing a cheese song. I love it. I mean,
all credit goes to Val.
There's worse things to get famous for.
I know, right?
I'll take cheese.
I'll take cheese.
Yeah, no worries there. Okay, cool. I'll play it for Mosby when I like give him a little treat. He'll love it.
The theme song of the stream.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm just moving these around. You can use like the kind of the eye blur test, right? Which I feel like you use in photography too, where you're like, does the balance look right?
Yes.
If I like kind of zoom out, does it look any like crowded anywhere? I'm feeling like it's decently balanced. If anything,
it feels really nice.
Yeah. Do you have any notes? Tell me your notes.
No.
Okay. No, I need to know. I trust.
There was a hesitation because I was like, wait, let me make sure.
But that's good. You weren't just like a yes person.
No, I'm not a yes girl. I'll tell you.
Okay, so we're gonna name this one Treats.
Yes, this is really nice.
And I'm gonna show you this just because Illustrator isn't like your all the time program, or you're dipping your toe into it.
I'm dipping my toe into it. Like I have been Illustrator a few times. Y'all will never see what was created or what I started and got frustrated and left alone.
Hey, you know, it happens to me too. I also get frustrated, but I have to come back to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can change the pattern. So you can do grid, you can do brick by row. Some of these get really complicated in my opinion. I don't think I function on the hex by column. What's like the not platform, whatever.
Yes.
I can't get there.
Yeah.
And then you could even change it, and you could do the overlap and like different ways of doing it. Grid works for me. I am good on this plane.
I feel like it keeps everything simple.
Yeah.
Solid grid, bam, bam, bam.
Grid
Organized,
plane is for me.
And it's easy on the eyes.
It's easy on the eyes.
Yep.
That's our goal. Okay. Treats, we got it there. And then it's going to add it to my little swatch pattern. My swatch pattern over here. So I'm going to just click out of it. And now, if I click out, it should be right here. Treats. Okay, cool.
Perfect.
So this means if I drag a shape, are you ready for this? It's going to be some magic. And I have my swatch highlighted, major key, and my fill set. Now if I drag this, we're just going to have infinite pattern.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Infinite cheese, my dream.
Yes, you and my dog both. Okay. Oh man, there is a little bit of a hole in this pattern. Not to worry.
Yes.
Let's fix it.
How do you fix that?
So we're going to come back here into my pattern. So how I did that, I'll do it again because it was so fast. This is my swatch. I'm just going to double click my swatch.
Okay,
and I'm going to move this.
And
I'm going to rotate this. I think. You know what it is? I probably need the cheese star.
Yes.
Cheese star is going to help us. Okay. Move these a little around. Let me tell you how long you can just sit here and like move these around and take all day. You can.
You can really take your time on it.
Oh, actually, I'm not usually one for stretching an illustration, but
that was
for
nice.
Cheese, it was nice, and I feel like it's gonna fill the space quite nicely. Okay, now I think
that feels more balanced.
Yeah, right. Maybe it's the threes. We have 2 3s in a row here. Maybe I'll like.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Oh, you know what it is? This is within a group. I don't think I can. Let me see. Can I do? Okay. So what happened is if I click all this is my general selection tool, I think. What do I call this? Selection tool, whatever. And if you press A, you get the direct select tool, right? So this one, if it switches to the white arrow, then that's the direct select tool, and it allows you kind of to get a little more detailed, I guess. I'm going to delete one of these, and then I'm going to move this and maybe scale it.
Yeah, scale up.
But now I'm next to 2 blueberries. I don't know. I'm making choices. I don't know if they're right or wrong. Okay, cool. I'm going to bring this over. And you know what? Maybe it's this cheese, and I'll make it. I'm going to use eyedropper again, sample here. I tend to be a little bit too precious with my illustrations and kind of fine-tune it too far. So at some point, cut me off because I'm going to keep going. And this is just the first pattern, and we're 20 minutes in. Okay.
That's it.
It feels good. Yeah. All right, hold on. Okay, we're done. I'm done. Hands up. We're done. Okay, let me drag out a new shape. I think it looks better.
Yeah, that looks better.
Yeah, 2 cheese. Yeah.
That feels
It's
better.
still a little heavy. If I was going to get critical, what I would say, which I always am, I would say, I'm just going to outline this for you. See, having 2 3 2 is a little heavy.
That is. But you know what?
But I'm not mad.
We're just going to leave it.
Yeah, we got treats. Done. Okay. So I will, I'm going to kind of like add this over here just to give us like, okay, we got one done.
There we go.
Approved. Here, I'm going to crop this in on Mosby.
Mosby would be proud.
Yeah, he's proud. He said, I'm hungry.
Yep.
Can I have that, please?
I want my treats.
There's a little like hedge maze in the complex we live at, my husband and I, and so he'll run through the hedge maze, and if he can't find you, he'll like jump over and look. So that's what he's doing there. It's really random. There's this like random park, and there's just a little hedge maze. I don't know why. I think it's for kids, but I don't know why. Yeah, I'm like, would you take your kid there? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like I would.
Right? Yeah, but he loves it. Works for him. Okay, so now we're going to do one
Outdoors.
on outdoors. So I'm going to do a little sun because he likes the sunshine. And also we do too because I don't like taking him out when it's raining. Okay, and we're going to do something similar to the blueberry. We are going to use the star tool. I'm going to hold shift and drag, although you don't have to. Do you have to hold shift? No, you don't. Star tool is safe. You can drag any way you like. I think, let's see. I feel like the sun, that feels sunny.
That feels sunny.
Yeah, right? I'm going to do this at 90 degree, and then I'm going to pull these out to make that like very classic, like anti-scallop.
Yep.
I don't know, interior scallop. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Scallop is outside.
yes.
This is like, what is that? Chat, is there a word for that?
Is there a word for that, chat? Let us know.
There's got to be, like a scrapbook
Nope.
word, you know? Okay, I'm going to arrange, send it back. I'm going to highlight both of these by just dragging across, and I'm going to do align to selection. And it was already aligned. That was spooky. Or is it? Is it? I'm like questioning. Yeah, it is. Cool.
There we go.
Okay, I'm going to use the cream color to stay in our, I think, let me see. Do you like it? Which one do you like better? Or we could do both, I guess.
We can do both.
All right.
Let's do both.
Why make decisions when you could just say both?
Like, why do we have to decide? Why do we have to eliminate one of the options?
That's so true.
Okay, in this life, in Illustrator, and look, you know what? In this life, I can't have everything I want, but in Illustrator, I can. All right?
Clip that sound quote.
Yeah.
I want the singing, and I want that quote about Illustrator.
You know, life is already too hard.
That's
have them
true.
both.
Have both sunshines, have all the cheese.
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to open up my libraries, and I'm going to bring this back in. There's my
Perfect.
first sun, second sun. I'll name this, shine. See what I did there? The creativity is endless. What can I say?
Right?
Okay. So we got some suns here. I'm going to just scale these down. Option shift to scale like inwards. Drag these around. And then I'm going to make some grass because he loves grass.
Oh.
Let me tell you. I don't know what's so interesting about grass, but he could tell you what is
It's
interesting.
just so much fun.
Oh, not the outline. Okay, I'm going to go back to the fill, library. I feel like my mouse is right under the microphone. Are you guys getting like all of the ASMR clicking right now? I feel like there's nothing crazier than listening to just clicking. I used to, in college, go to like the library, which is like so quiet. You're not allowed to talk, but I'd bring my mouse and like all you hear is just like
You're
All
like
right.
thinking everybody's listening to you.
Right?
Oh, I'm being
Okay.
that one person in the library right now.
Okay, sorry, I got lost in my patterns. I have my
Yes.
little blade of grass,
Yes,
and I want to make, that's my volume. Don't know why I was going there. I'm going for Command Plus to zoom in for a little bit, just so you guys can see the magic up close. So, I mean, grass could look like this, right? I'm holding Option Shift, and I'm going to do like a little 4Z's grass blade. I think that's cute. But what if it was warped? So I'm going to drag up so we just have another option. And then I'm going to group these probably. Let's see. Effect, warp. I think I need to do single. Nope, I can do both. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? There's a little bit of like,
That's
breeze in the grass.
Exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
let's just move. Let's be
dance.
free. Let's dance, you know?
Andrew and I keep joking about where is that sound from, and we're not sure, but it's so funny. Okay, so it's going this way, and then it has this shape right here, right? So this is showing the original shape that I had, which was a triangle. So if I go to my appearance panel, you can see that I have a warp on, and it says arch. So I can turn that on and off. Like a little GIF, it's gonna dance. It's not actually a GIF. Those are just two forms of the same one. So to get rid of that, or to like kind of combine it into one shape, I always expand it. It just makes it a little bit easier to work with. So object expand, and now we're good. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, and I'm gonna go the other way. Since we have two suns, let's have grass both ways, right? Okay, so we did effect. I don't know why I keep going to object. Effect, warp. Oh, you already know.
Yes, girl.
Look at you. You're in Illustrator.
Listen, I'm gonna have to.
You're
I'm gonna
her.
change the direction, just like
Just like that. So you can go negative and positive, right?
Okay.
Get ready, because you can also go horizontal.
Whoa!
which didn't work super well in this one.
Well, but wowzers.
So it does the bottom, but here, let me go positive, then it's going to go up, right? So this looks more like
okay.
aloe vera leaf or something.
Yes.
So we're going to do vertical because we want it to be grass, and then we're going to go negative again
So we go in the
on the
direction.
correct plane in the 3D world. That's where we're going. Okay. Click OK. And then again, we're going to go where? Object, expand appearance.
Ooh,
You know?
Bam.
I want you to be like so good at your panels
I know.
as we finish this stream.
Oh gosh.
You can do it.
You know what? I'm gonna give myself homework.
Okay.
I'm gonna make something in an Illustrator.
And you're gonna
today.
send it to me.
I'm gonna send it to you.
I'm gonna forget we had this conversation and be like, what is she saying?
I'll be like, oh my goodness, look what I made, Emily. You're gonna be like,
You did it.
great. Like, what was this for?
So, did you get a doc? Okay, grass one. And then, I don't know why I'm being so particular about building out this because I don't actually have plans to do this in Express, but
LOL. Well, you know what? It's building out the habit.
yeah, exactly. It's the workflow.
Val said Idar is shook. Girl, I am shook. Okay. I said, what?
How did we do that?
You could just change you could do all that. Just a click of the button. My thing is I'll forget which buttons are. I mean, I guess after time things become habit.
You would think sometimes I still have to hover over or like, especially the Pathfinder palette. I'm always like, wait, which one's which?
You know what's funny?
Yeah, what?
Yesterday, with Sarah's stream, she was saying how she just uses the help tab.
I do that. I need spell check on something before I send it to print. I'm always like, help panel spell check. I don't know where it is. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. That's an honest
so
workflow.
Funny. Yeah, I was like, that's promising. Like, I feel that.
That stream was so good. I want to go back and watch it.
Oh.
I only caught parts of it, and it was insane.
If y'all missed the streams,
Where can we replay?
honestly,
Tell
you
us.
can replay it on Behance, YouTube, just the whole day. If y'all missed all of yesterday, or just want to rewatch
busy.
everything, if you were busy, working, getting in the bag, doing
How
whatever
dare
you were
you,
doing, how
but
dare
okay.
you? You know what? Actually, I respect the hustle.
No, I'm kidding. Definitely go to your job. Very important.
Please do. But you guys can rewatch those streams from yesterday on Behance and YouTube. Refer it with a friend, share it, comment, all the things.
I am making mud because one of my dog's favorite thing to do is play in mud, which
That is very sad.
is it my favorite?
Yeah.
You say sad?
I'm not sad, but like
I was like,
it's
he
sad
loves
for
it. You should see his face.
Because
He's
you
like,
got who has to clean up?
We have like a little like foot cleaner for him. He has like put his little foot in.
Oh, I love
he looks
that.
at you. He's like, I'm like, you chose
You
this.
gotta
This was
do it.
you. Okay, so I have these little like mud pieces. I think it'll be cute and also balance out some of the color. I'm gonna stop naming things for the sake of time, but name your libraries.
Yes, name your libraries.
And then I'm gonna do a similar thing, and I'm gonna do some clouds because again we like a cloudy day. So I'm just using the circle tool.
Okay.
And I'm gonna build out this.
He says
shape.
also do not give dogs any chocolate.
That's fair. Yes, this is
Yes.
mud, not chocolate or anything else. Don't you worry.
Don't you worry about it.
All right.
I think what I find so intriguing is like you decide that you want to make something, right? So now you're doing the cloud, and like you just start getting all these shapes, and then all of a sudden there's a cloud. Like
Where'd it come from?
I'm like, you're mine, because I think I'm just
You're
thinking,
mine.
I'm just thinking about like I want to make grass.
How? There's days when I also have that where I'm like, I need to do this, but how?
How?
Yeah, no.
Like,
We all
I need
have
to
those
make a
days.
cloud, but like I wouldn't. My brain wouldn't have been like, okay, let's take this shape, and then remove this part, and da-da-da. No, there's
Well,
a
I made
cloud.
this cloud ugly, so let me fix it. It was not as round as I wanted it to be, so let me merge this. But with Pathfinder, we can merge anything.
Yep.
All right, delete this one to
Yep.
make it like the little flat bottom
There we go.
cloud. And then go to my handy dandy library.
Change the
And
color.
I am on the fill, so it's gonna be like a little cream cloud just to stay in our color palette. And then I'm gonna make a little short cloud too, or like a puffier, tiny little cloud. It's just like 2 little puffs. Which hopefully is gonna look cute and not weird. But you never know.
I'm trusting the process.
You have faith. I do not. I'm like, I hope this looks normal. Okay, merge. Oh, did not merge. Merge. Yeah, I knew that was gonna come to get me. Let me look at these points not lining up. Gosh. You know, it's too tall. Bring it down. Because you want to hit like the midline of the circle.
Got it. Okay.
That helps. Yeah, sorry. I forgot I was on our
Y-
Illustrator
yes,
tutorial.
Yes.
That it would
please.
be my suggestion is making sure that you're hitting like the inside and middle of the shape. So even
Okay.
this guy is too long, so I'm gonna bring it to the middle of the shape. I'm gonna bring this guy down a little
Okay.
bit. There you go. And then we're gonna round out that corner and everyone is gonna be happy.
Mm.
Whoops, let me grab that. Come here. There you go. All right, so that's like a tiny little cloud that looks strange. Maybe it gets the face. Here, I'm gonna give it a little face because it looks like a little like. Perfect. And that is gonna be, and this, you know what? We'll give both of them.
Little
you know what?
faces.
All of these people are getting faces now. Perfect. Group. The sun too.
Oh, I love.
This wasn't gonna be a character stream because
But
that's not my strength.
I know.
But sometimes you see the opportunity.
Yes,
And,
and we just gotta do what we gotta do.
a happy little sun. Oh, this is
Aw,
cute.
that
Okay,
makes me so
cool.
happy.
All right, this is fun. And then maybe I want blue in here. Maybe this costume would be blue. Who
You
am I
know
playing?
what? Yes. Maybe that will make it feel more cloudy.
Yep.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
you go.
This one looks like a little worm. What am I thinking?
That's what I was thinking too, but I
You're
wasn't
like, I don't want to be rude, but
I
that's
wasn't gonna say it.
we're friends now. It's fine. It's fine.
I was like, oh, it's like a worm. I was like, that
You're like-
works. The worm could be going through the dirt and the
All right.
mud and
Yeah,
the
right.
grass.
Maybe I don't want the mud, even though that's so accurate to him. But
Oh, keep it. It's accurate to
Yeah?
him. Yeah.
a little messy guy, he'd be doing things he shouldn't outside. What should I know? He's just living it up. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna scale these up a little bit. I do feel like I want something tiny. Maybe I'll do just a little sparkle because it'll be fast. And I'm gonna, okay, a little shortcut as well. You can use the arrow tools if you're like holding the shape and it will change the points. Or there's a other little handy panel we've been using, but that is
That's a little quicker.
a little hack, yeah. So make sure that's in your Illustrator notes,
That's
okay?
in my notes
Yeah.
right there. When I
Don't
tell you the
forget
notes,
mental notes.
mental notes, and the way I'm gonna go back and rewatch the stream and take actual notes. I'm telling you, girl. Emily, when I
Send me
send you my little illustration and tell you I made this,
I will know you did. You
Yep.
did that homework. It happened. Okay. This is fun. Okay, maybe I'll make like a little short grass too, just to give some variation. Or actually, you know what? I'll take out one of these. Little 3 grass. Move that one over here. Fun. Maybe this one's a little bigger. This one's weird. I'm taking that one out. Veto. But when you're the creative director,
You can do whatever
you
you
can do
want.
whatever you want. All right, we're gonna go into pattern land. Are you ready
Yes.
for our happy little outdoor?
Yes.
This is okay. You know what? One last thing. I'm gonna add some little squiggles. Oh, that didn't do what I wanted. I'm gonna do it this way. I think I have my smooth brush on. I'm gonna go effect, but we're gonna do something else in the effect panel.
Okay.
We are going to, I lied, distort, transform, zigzag, but we're gonna go smooth. And my goal here is I'm gonna be like interpreting this. We are all gonna interpret this chat as wind,
Yes.
like the breeze.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna turn off the fill, and then I'm gonna expand this again because it has a little what's the word? It has an appearance on it.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna copy this 3 times.
That's wind.
I'm gonna just, yeah, right? You know it when you see it. That's wind.
That's wind.
And I'm gonna bring that here. So we got a little.
Val said, "I love the faces. I'm gonna need every element in this project to
I
be
know.
sentiment. Make the grass feel."
For you, Val, I will. Ready? Does it have? Maybe they're. Oh wow, I don't know. I don't know.
That works.
Is
There we
it
go.
feeling? Is
Yeah.
it happening? Okay,
Yes,
grouping.
it's feeling. I'm feeling the emotion.
Only this one though.
Yes.
The rest of these, or maybe this one has 3 eyes. I'm getting distracted. Val, you're distracting me. All right, cool. We got the wiggles, the wind. All right, Mr. Cloud, non-feeling grass over here. We'll separate into feeling and non-feeling grass. And the wind is gonna also blow this way. And I held shift as I did that to keep it on that 90 degrees. Cool. I think this is going to be fast to do. So we're going to highlight all of our objects. We're going to go object, pattern, make. Woo!
Woohoo!
We're going to zoom out. Okay, so we have, I should have seen that coming. We have 2 clouds right across from each other. Issue. No worries though. We're professionals
Change that,
here.
And bam. I love how easy that is as far as like being able to just reposition everything. And
Yeah,
it just
right?
takes care of the whole pattern.
Okay, a little baby cloud. Clouds can be next to each other. I feel like that's fine. The soils come back to haunt me, as I thought it might. Okay, but if I zoom out, oh, it's cute. Wait, I think it looks good. Maybe
It looks really cute.
Maybe it goes diagonal.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think that's gonna fill the space. This grass comes over. All right. It's fun. Oh, there's a hole right here. Where is that? That hole is happening right here. So maybe this one comes over. The feeling grass looking great.
Yep.
Okay, and this is a little bit bigger square than I thought. but no
Oliver
worries.
said the little blue cloud at the bottom looks like a small caterpillar now.
Right,
that
it
has
does. I mean, he's like the rest of his body. He's at phase 1 of his caterpillar journey. Okay, this is good.
Alessandra loves the colors. Val said, oh yeah, it's all coming together. I love
Thanks.
this.
Amazing. Okay, cool. And so this should be in my swatch panel. Outdoors, amazing. So let's do a little test. So
Yes.
I'm gonna click on cheese/treats. Let's draw a rectangle. Amazing. And I don't know why it has an outline, so we'll turn that off. Go away. I really didn't draw that big enough. Let me draw that bigger. Sample pattern. Love it.
Love that.
And then we are gonna switch over by clicking this other pattern. I'm gonna grab this one. Whoop, too tiny. And I didn't click it. Now I clicked it. It's still doing cheese. Why are you doing cheese? We have enough cheese. It only has one look, and it's cheese. But my outdoor pattern's right here. Okay, everything's good. I'm gonna add a duplicate pattern, even though we all saw that it already existed.
Cheese?
Guys, why am I, oh, you know what? Don't worry. See right here, this very small panel? I am on the outline, or
Love that.
So let's turn that off. Let's go back to the fill, and let's try again. And I'm gonna make sure I'm clicking outdoors, which I was. There we go. Okay, I got worried. I said, I know what I'm doing, right? All right, cool. This pattern is really fun.
Yeah, I love that.
I love it. Okay, so for the sake of time, because we have what, about
we're
15 minutes
15
left?
minutes? Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take a drink of water, and then
yes.
we are gonna go.
Hydrate.
Yes, we are gonna go into making some mock-ups in Illustrator, which is a very fun feature.
Yes, a little water break. I have no water.
You can't. This one says Illustrator, so until you're ready to use Illustrator, you can't.
I can't. I need one that says Photoshop or
Yeah.
Lightroom, please. Can I have one?
It actually is a company I used to work for, so I just covered the logo. And because I love Illustrator so much. All right, cool.
I'm excited to make all the mock-ups though.
Yeah, right? It's going to be fun. Okay, so I'm going to bring in, I think, this food bowl. I got this from stock, I believe.
Okay.
And so mockup is a really cool feature that is fairly recent. Mockup beta, as you can tell, it is recent because this is beta. And so there's some stock images here which are really cool that you can also search for Adobe stock and incorporate that in, or you can pull in your own stock, and it actually, oh, there's a weird flyout panel. Let's see what happens. It actually works great with that. So I'm gonna set up a little artwork for us, and I'm gonna write, not a rectangle, typography. Okay, I'm gonna write really small apparently. Mosby. And for his little food bowl. And let's choose active grotesque, because it's very, it's not silly like him. He has a lot of personality. Maybe we'll do like, oh, there's not a bold italic. Oops.
Oh, the bold italic.
There
really
is
nice.
in the font. I think I just need to upload it. That's not his personality. If you met him, you would know, you know?
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
you gotta go my word on this one. It'll be fine. We'll just go standard. This is him on a serious day. I'm gonna outline it by doing Command O, just to make it into a shape, because that's gonna be helpful for us. And then I'm going to go to my library and choose, I think, so we're gonna go in white, which is just be easier to work on. I'm gonna do the dark blue for him. I think that feels right. I double clicked it, that's why that happened, but it doesn't need to happen. And then I'm gonna pull in some of these shapes from up here, or I could grab them from my library, but since they're right here, and I'm gonna add his toys to his food bowl.
Okay.
So, oops, I was trying to zoom in, but I didn't have it highlighted. I'm gonna Command V, those right here. Oh, they're so cute.
That's really
He's
nice.
gonna love this.
Yeah, that's so cute.
First, we need to teach him to actually speak so he can appreciate this artwork. And then, so what I'm...
The barking isn't enough.
Yeah, he'll just look at me. I wish, man. I'm like, we can do so many things, but can we make animals like talk? I don't know.
I know.
That's gotta be out there,
Oh my
right?
goodness! You know what? What's that Eddie Murphy movie where like he can
Like Dr.
is it Dr. Doolittle?
Is he in that? I don't even know.
I feel like I don't know if it's him anyway, but I remember watching that movie growing up and be like, do I want animals to talk to me? I was like,
That
yeah.
is fair.
Yeah, but also like yes, I do. Like,
But like for things like this, you know, I want him to be
Yeah.
able to appreciate it.
yeah.
That's
and
me.
sometimes I want to know what they're thinking. Like,
But what if they're so mean and we had no idea? Like
know
that would be
what?
heartbreaking.
It would be. It would be. And some things, you know, so you just gotta leave them as they are.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
let it be.
Let it be. Val said that is Dr. Doolittle. Yep.
All right, thanks, Val.
Thank you, Val.
I was gonna do a stroke. Andrew and I were debating this yesterday if like strokes are back or not. I think
feel like,
yeah.
yes.
I couldn't
I
tell
was
you
gonna
why.
say.
I just have an inkling that they
Yeah,
are.
I just feel like strokes. They just do the thing. I don't know.
I also am using it a lot in my design work. So if it's out, how embarrassing.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So
I love how this all looks like his name and then all the toys and candy and whatnot.
it's fun. All these little like, let's see if there's other ones up here that I want to, yeah, I'm gonna grab these. So I'm just Command Copy, Command V. This is just my workflow. You could bring them from your library, but since I have them sitting here, it just felt right.
Oh, Keith said, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball.
That is what he's thinking.
That's what he's thinking.
Oh my gosh, we joke all the time, my husband and I, about if our dog could text. Like, just texting you, ball, come home, play.
Ball, play with me.
Or, sorry, and you're like, wait, what did you do? Cool. We talk about other things besides our pet, but he does occupy a good amount of our stuff. Okay, so I have all my objects. I grouped them. I'm going to overlay it. So mockup works best or / only if you have an image and then you have vector graphics. So you can't be overlaying photos into photos in Illustrator. It really is for vectors.
Okay.
So I'm going to click this and I'm going to shift click my image is the word I was looking for. And I'm going to click mockup. And so right now it is going to read the image and assess it, and it's going to add all these fancy things, which we could see. Initial pixel clustering, it adds a blur, it does all sorts of things. Depending on how complicated your vector is and the image itself, it does take a second or two, but no worries, because look. So now,
that's so nice.
it brought it in. Oops, I don't want that side. I want this one. And I'm just going to scooch this in. So it is trying to read like the edges, right? So see how it's like curving it around? It's not letting me grab the full outside, so I'm kind of just going to inch it in together like this. But we can move it up and down and kind of position it where we want it. And then if we double click into it, you can grab the object, there it is, and move it a little bit around. So then I'm going to go back, and now it's a little bit more. So I'm going to do that again to make sure that things are appearing where we want them to on here. Move this toy in a little bit more, and let's click back out. That was too far. Maybe scale this one up. So as you can see, it's like a different like pattern. It's not really a pattern, but it does feel like it's moving into that space.
Of course.
So
Winter said, I do not want my dog to talk. She's seen too much.
Whoa. We'll unpack that later.
We'll unpack that one later.
She's seen too much. What if he died?
What did she see?
That's true. I mean, dogs see you like file your taxes. They see you do all sorts of things.
And then we got another comment. You girls got talent all around. Oh, is that because of the singing and all that other stuff you do?
Oh, was it that other thing that we did? Sorry about that.
That was on the stream, right?
You're like, that's on the internet now? Okay, cute.
Yes,
I think it looks so fun.
Oh, I love that. I love how it just brings it to life.
Right? It's so fun. Okay, I think I'm also gonna do. So I had downloaded this bed from Adobe Stock, and then I brought it into Photoshop. I've said so many words today. They are all coming out different now. I brought it into Photoshop, and I changed the color of it to kind of be more in our color palette. And I'm gonna highlight everything. I'm just gonna bring the bed into here, and we're gonna do, I guess these are kind of a similar shape, but that's okay. So I have a colored object here, and I'm gonna do, let's see, for the bed, what do you think? Maybe the outdoor one?
I feel like
it's kind of cute.
Let's do the outdoor one.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this version of our pattern. I have found when it's, I'll show you. Let me drag shift this and bring it in front of, I don't know if you actually have to bring it in front. I find it's a little bit easier to use the pattern like individually still, like this, instead of like baked into a pattern when I'm doing the mock-up, but I can show you this workflow and we'll see how it goes. So we have both highlighted, and then I'm gonna click mock-up again. It's gonna assess our image and say what a comfortable bed that is.
Yes.
I bet the dog will love that.
Oh, absolutely. With the sun, the grass, and all of his favorite outdoor things. You better get him this bed.
I know. Okay, so what's cool about this is there's like more depth to the image, right? But see, it has a little bit of a thinking process, I think, when it's already in the pattern, because it's like layered out.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I don't think I've saved this, so I'm gonna
let's do that.
Delete that. Command S.
Yeah.
Looks like I have saved it at some point, so that's good.
Beautiful.
And I'm gonna bring in the less data crunching version of the pattern. Come down. Oops. Sorry. Whenever you have something highlighted in Illustrator and you zoom in, it always goes to that, which is great.
Okay.
But if you're not paying attention, then it can
Yes.
zoom you in randomly.
Yes.
Or what feels to be random. Okay. So I'm gonna group these guys by highlighting them, Command G, and the same thing. I'm gonna go mock up, Perfect. But see how much faster that was?
Faster, yep.
So I can tell you the exact reason why, but that does happen. So it's cool. It's detecting this front surface as something different. I'm going to come in here. Hey, friends. I'm going to scale these down in here because I think it's going to work a little bit better. Oh, I didn't adjust the stroke, so it kind of did something crazy there, but that'll be okay. I'm going to click out. And I don't know why their eyes are getting removed.
I was going to say, their eyes are gone.
They are now faceless, but they're still very happy. And so it is pulling in that pattern correctly. I'm going to take out, I think it's pulling these ones over the edge. So I'm going to pull those ones out. So we'll just do a front wrap. And this is really helpful if you're just in Illustrator. You don't have to leave Illustrator. You can do it all right here and really just see how your vectors are going to come to life. And it does a great job of like stretching it and moving it correctly, which is awesome. So that's a little bit of that workflow. I'm going to pull that out. Amazing. Okay, cool. So we have a little bit of time left. I'm seeing. Amazing.
6 minutes, what, 7 minutes left?
Yeah. Let me go back to our mock-ups here and see what else. Okay, we could do the bandana. Let's do the bandana in Photoshop. I think that could be kind of fun to show that.
Perfect. Actually, that would be great to show it. So how would you get your pattern?
So I'm going to do a manual drop of it.
Okay.
Which, yeah, you could do that however you want. I'm like, is this the right way to do this? Actually, this is just a photo. Let me give you an actual Photoshop. Let's do the collar. I think that'll be cute. So this is a Photoshop template. Okay. A template, right? So we're right word, yeah. Do you work with mockups and templates?
I don't.
Okay.
I do not.
Fair
at
enough.
all. But especially because like my photos, the most I do is like prepare them for print, but I don't ever mock them up on anything. Oh, well, that's a lie, because sometimes
no
like,
lying.
even
Just kidding.
Even yesterday, I was like, oh, that's a lie. I don't know why.
You got me again.
But sometimes I have, like, if I wanted to put, like, let's say if you're making a print shop and you want to show what, like, things look like in print, like, if they were in frames or, like, staged in a home, yes.
I got you, okay.
Yes.
Whoa, hardware. Okay, so all of these are always, or not all, most, what's it called? Most templates are layered differently, so it's always a little bit of an exploration to like, come through here. I find the best thing to do is just eyedropper, the little eye, turn on, turn off, figure out where we're at and what we're doing. I'm just gonna turn all these to black for now because I think that might be easy. Tag, great, it's on. Design, amazing. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna be working on this little side pattern then, so that's great. Let's double click and bring that up. I'm going to grab, I think let's do,
we haven't done treats yet.
I know. This one? Oh, you're so right.
We haven't done those yet.
Thank you. You're so helpful. Okay.
Of course.
I was like, I haven't done any toys, but we did. We did them over here, so I'm glad that happened. Okay, I am gonna come back to my I have a pattern stroke and a pattern fill. I was going crazy. Okay, I'm gonna pull out just like a big sample of this graphic. I'm going to Command C for copy. I think it should paste it as pixels. Let's go. We got treats in the chat. Whoa. Tell me why sometimes you have to hold shift and sometimes you don't, and I still get confused and I don't know why. Do you have any answer for that?
No, I don't.
Photoshop queen?
I just be holding shift. I just be holding shift.
I'm just trying my best.
You want me to hold shift? Oh!
It's so cute. Like, I thought it would be cute, but it was cuter than I thought.
That is so cute.
Okay, I'm playing a dangerous game right now, though, which is drag the pattern and hope it stays the same size. So I went back to this pattern that I already dragged out to size, and I'm going to bring it over here. This is a mock-up, so with a repeating pattern, this is kind of like a non-suggested workflow. Yeah. But it'll be okay. I'm going to hit enter to place it. I'm going to Command C, Command V to do it again to just paste it off of this artboard. And it picked up a little edge of the pattern that I don't want, but no worries. We're going to mask it. Use my brush tool. Whoa.
And bye.
It's probably so strange to watch designers like using Photoshop in ways that you don't do it. You're like, what?
I guess. I mean, I do masking too, and I guess that is another way to do it.
Like, I would never do it that way. Well, when we stream together later, what are you doing on your stream? Now probably would be a good time.
Yes, on my stream, of course, I'm going to be doing some photo editing, but I'm going to show y'all how you can go ahead and create a photography lookbook in Express. So essentially, it's really important as photographers to have a portfolio. So I am, and this is something I'm personally trying to do, is like make a little like kind of deck, or hopefully something I can put in like a physical form too, of some of my favorite work. So we're gonna be making that today and arranging that into Express. So yeah, make sure you stick around. That is going to be, we have a bit of streams. So we have Whitney and Andrew back on at 11, and then I will be on at 12 o'clock. with Emily
Amazing.
again.
Yeah, it's me.
We'll just be swapped.
So if you want to see Idara use Photoshop in the better way or the
not
right
the
way.
in the way that works best for me.
That's true.
In my
Okay,
way.
yeah. It just depends on the workflow and what you're
Just
trying to get
depends,
done.
yep. But it's a tool. One thing we love is that Photoshop can be used in so many different ways
It's
for
so
many
true.
different types of creatives. And that's what I love, is just seeing how I really love doing these streams with other creatives that don't do the same type of work that I
Right.
do, because it's like, wow, I didn't know like the tool that I use could be used in that way. So it's really cool.
You want to see the silliest thing I just did?
Yes.
No, it's not great. I was like, why is the color not showing up there? And I realized that there was a layer that was not turned off. That was from the...
Got it.
Yeah, so there
And
it
we
is.
go,
Now
this
it's
color.
happening, which I fear I have done on this one as well, because it's also not showing up on there. So let me just check. Yep, turns
There
out
we
I
go.
did. Let me delete that. Yay! Okay, and now we have to do this last little tag
Yes,
bit in
and
the
we
final
are-
moments. I
In
know.
the final moments, we are getting close to the end.
We got 2 minutes, right? I can
Yes,
handle
2 minutes.
it.
You got it, girl?
I got it. Okay, wait, do I? Now I'm nervous. Mosby. Heart. Watch the heart. No heart. It's gonna ruin it. It'll be the one thing that's gonna be like offsides or something crazy.
1 minute, 1 minute, 1
Ah!
minute.
Holding shift, it got me again. Okay, I got my crosshair that way. You know what? It's gonna be centered enough. Command save. Updated. Amazing.
There we go.
You
We
guys,
did it.
This stream was so fun. So I worked from illustrations. This artboard looks insane. For our little dog Mosby here, we had illustrations, we had treats, we had outdoors. We did some Illustrator mockups in Illustrator, using images with the mockup beta tool. We have the little bed, and then we did a quick mockup in Photoshop as well for a collar of all of Mosby's favorite things. And this was so fun.
Yes,
This was wonderful.
It was so great. Thank you so much, Emily.
Yes.
I have learned a lot, so I hope that y'all did. Make sure you stay tuned. We have another stream coming right after us. So we will see you guys in a little bit. We'll be back in an hour, though. So.
Yeah, we'll be back. Us too, exactly.
Yes.
All right, thanks
Thank
everyone.
you guys. Bye.
We're going to be creating a brand for a made-up company called Faster. I've created a bit of a mood board. I'm going to use the inspiration to like pull out some colors. If you struggle with colors, you can click on the recolor button and then head to generative recolor, and we could put in summer in Italy. So it gives you some different options. Next up, I did some sketches earlier. I'll take an existing font, which is what we're going to do today, and then make some adjustments to it. I actually think that the one that I'm drawn to the most is this one. I'm just gonna head over to this page and paste it on. Yeah, I'm gonna make some adjustments. And what I'm gonna do is use the pencil tool. Make sure that I've got the letter selected, and I'm just gonna like add bits on. So I'm just gonna select it all, and then I'm gonna use the shape builder tool just to make sure that everything is like added together. I'm just gonna bring the gray in so we can see how that looks. So I'm just gonna get the F and bring it down here so that we can work on a little sub mark. So I'm going to head to effects, and I am going to go to distort and transform and zigzag. I think somewhere around here is nice. Yeah, that's nice. So what I need to do is go object, expand appearance, so that it'll now retain that shape. So I'm just going to sort of have a look at how this looks in different colorways. So like thinking about how this could like look, you know, on an image. If I just select one that's got the cream F here and then go to mockup beta, click make, it's going to bring up this window, and it's immediately mocked it up for me. Job done. So this one, for example, I licensed. Click on it and start moving it around, and it bends around the box, which that just blows my mind, frankly. So these are some illustrations that I did earlier in Adobe Fresco. So what I'm going to start to do is just create some patterns with these illustrations. So I've just arranged them all in this gray square, and I'm just going to select everything, and then I'm going to go to object pattern make. You can adjust things here as to how you want the pattern to show up. So like I've got it that it shows 5 by 5 copies, and then it dims the copies, so it gives you this preview. So I'm just going to click done, and that's going to save it to my swatches. Just create a rectangle here. Then I'm going to go to my swatches, and it should be there. And so then you can see the pattern. If you are creating a library in Illustrator that you intend to bring over into Adobe Express, one thing that is going to help you out is if you organize your library. So I'm going to make myself folders. So I'm going to have the logo, the colors, and I'm just going to start like adding everything in. And what we're going to do now is head into Adobe Express, head to your stuff, and you'll see that there's brands and libraries. You'll see up here, there's a button that says use as brand. So I'm going to click on that and you'll see, because I was organized in my brand kit, it's kept that structure. So I've got my logos all organized, my colors, my illustrations, and my patterns. I can click up here. I can invite people, I can add them to it so that they can access it, and then they can use this brand kit from within their account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a story. Head to background color, and you'll see that it's already got my brand there for me. Maybe I'll go for the gray. Go to media, and I'm going to find a stock image that I could use from here. Go to your stuff, brands and libraries, and click on that. Just going to get my logo. Bring in some of these illustrated elements. So what I'm going to do is just add some animation so that I just like made it swipe in, but I might make it like breathe once it's in. So you'll see it's like previewing. So everything's really easily organized. They can always come back to it. They're not going to like lose their files.
So until next time, Liz and my friends, hopefully we'll see you very soon. I look forward to it, yeah?
Thanks.
See you soon.
Bye.
Ciao.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Adobe Live. We are here with Whitney Kearney. Hello, hello.
Hello.
You're with us yesterday, I believe.
Yes.
We created some stuff, and we are continuing on today with building a brand. Can you give us a little overview of who you are and what we're doing?
Hey guys, I'm Whitney. I am the girl behind WK Creative. If you like anything feminine, girly, playful elements, patterns, I am your girl.
And we're going to be exploring that a little bit today and building out some branding, right?
Yes, we're gonna create some cute social media styling for a cleaning company based in New Zealand called Sunday Clean.
Yes. And those asking, yes, someone is asking if the mockup feature is only in Illustrator. Yes, it is only in Illustrator. Maybe if we have some time, actually come back at 1 and I will show you that at office hours. Set a reminder for office hours, 1 p.m. We're doing Chat's Choice, so you get to tell us what we're doing, and that's a great suggestion to get started. All right. Let's go ahead and hop in. Can we full screen Illustrator, and then let's jump into what we are going to be creating today.
Okay, so as you can see, we got some branding lockups here. So we have a primary, secondary, and
Can
alternative.
we full screen on the little green dot?
Oh, yeah.
Got it. Boom. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we have
We got-
gorgeous type lockups.
Yeah, so this is like a little custom logo type that we whipped up. Primary, secondary, alternative, and then we got some fun little brand marks.
Oh.
Let me kind of zoom in so you can see all the pretty details. So fresh, bubbly cleans for brighter Sundays. You know, your Sunday's best looking yet.
And when you're working on branding, this is a lot of different variations.
Yeah.
Is it something that like typically you do for a client? Is this kind of, how do you know when to stop? Like what are these explorations?
It's hard to stop. So I like to, like, far as the primary, secondary, and alternative logo, I like to use a one concept approach. However, the brand marks, I like to include a bunch of them, but I kind of let them choose maybe like 3 to 5. But if they like them all, I just provide them all to them. Because you can never go wrong with brand marks, because you can, you know, translate them to like merchandise, like tote bags, things like that. So I like to include a lot more in the brand marks so they can kind of get a lot more bang for their buck.
And so can we zoom out real quick?
Yeah.
And if we're delivering this to a client, how are we communicating like, hey, here's what you should use, here's what you shouldn't use, here's when you should use whatever?
Yeah.
What's kind of the hierarchy? Because I think there are people who are probably getting into branding who's like, I made the logo.
Yeah,
And then you see
now
this
what?
and you're like, what do I do here?
Now what do I do?
What's kind of the rundown of all these pieces?
So it's very, very important. If you're ever working with a designer, at the end of the project, you should be receiving a brand guidelines or I call it a style guide, a little fancier. So it's kind of like a guide to help you utilize your branding post handoff. It kind of walks you through on which colors are for what, like whether it be a background color or a text color, where you should be using your primary logo, where you should be using your secondary logo, where you should be using your alternative logo, things like that. And then it goes kind of more in detail with the text, how much line height you should be using, how much letter spacing, and things like that. So yeah.
Just on the left here, why do we have 3 different versions? Why would you give the client 3 different versions of a logo?
Okay, so for spacing reasons, so there's certain applications that won't fit this like horizontal layout, so you want to have a stacked version. So it, your secondary logo is going to be great for, those social media icons and things like that. This would probably be great for the website, and then this would be great for like a profile picture on social media.
Yep.
So just having like different variations that will fit in smaller applications is key, because this is not going to fit in everywhere.
Yep. I always like to tell clients you need one that fits on your profile and one that fits on a pen.
Yes.
Those are the two.
Absolutely.
Because you always need that horizontal, but the horizontal never matches up with the one that's going to be the profile.
Never. Yeah. So, and even if like she wanted to use like her little lemon, as like her little icon for her social media, that's perfect as well.
So cute. Yeah. Okay, so we have all these elements. Take us through the rest of what makes this brand.
Okay, so it's a cleaning brand based in New Zealand. So their whole idea behind this cleaning brand is to make like cleaning fun again.
Okay.
And it's all about, cleaning on Sunday, because you always kind of have a fresh start to the week.
I love cleaning on Sundays.
Yeah, so it's something about bringing in the idea of cleaning on Sunday, looking your Sunday's best. And we really want it to be like fresh, bubbly, fun, to kind of put the fun back into cleaning, because sometimes cleaning is just not fun. So we wanted to create a very lively, beautiful, fun, bubbly branding with a lot of like different little citrusy icons to kind of embody that, like the cleaning products and things like that. So not normally, but we can add these into the library, so I can kind of show you how we can do that, and then we can kind of, show you how you can add it into like a brand kit on Adobe Express, and then maybe we can create some social media styling, some like highlight covers, maybe some IG post announcing like,
It's cleaning time.
Yeah, basically.
And so for those of you in the chat that are over on YouTube, we are running some polls during the show on YouTube today. We want to know, what is your favorite day to clean? Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, or Friday are the options. So go over. If you're on Behance, great. Love it that you're there, but you can go vote in the poll on YouTube if you want to hop over there as well. And so we are going to be using libraries, and libraries go across a bunch of different products. What is the benefit of using a library when working with a client?
I like it because you're able to kind of bring it up in every platform, so you're not having to like go back and forth between each platform. So I like having it I like to use it within my workflow, just to kind of, it just makes it easier. Okay, it just makes it easier.
It does, yeah, and they'll update if you update an element, and we'll kind of show as we sync that it'll update, but it does work between Express, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign,
Fresco, which I love. All of these little elements were designed in Fresco, so a lot of fun brushes in Fresco where you can kind of hand draw, really just make it your own and make it very unique to that specific brand that you're building.
Yep, so if you're using or sharing files at all, you should use libraries, and we're going to show you how to do that.
And then, after, you hand off everything to your client, if they're using Adobe Express, they can kind of build this out into their brand kit. So we'll show you how to do that as well.
Yes, knowledge. So much knowledge coming at you today.
Yay!
All right, so where do we start with building out this library?
Okay, so we got our libraries here. Let me see if I can make that a little wider. So I already created a new little group here, but you would just go here to create new library. And I just already created one. So I got my colors already added. And then let's maybe add some like text in here.
And so things that you can add to the libraries, it differs between which program you're in, what you can add to the library.
Yeah.
So you can add text styles, you can add colors, you can add swatches, you can add palettes, you can add graphic elements, you can add type. So all of the different elements of creating a brand you can put into a library, which is really cool. And here you can see that it's actually saving not just the letters or the shape of the type, it's saving what that type is. So it's super helpful in a library if you're working in other programs. You can select your type and then hit on that character style that you see right above me that we're adding, and it will reassign that text into that character style. So really, really powerful to use libraries, even if you're not sharing with the client. Way easier to work with libraries.
Yeah, I really, really like it since I'm always like going back and forth between Illustrator and Fresco when I'm designing like patterns and elements and things like that. It's just so much easier. It just speeds up my workflow tremendously, having like all of the colors already built into the library, and I don't have to like drag and drop the colors.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
And that's the best part about Express when you're working in Express
Yeah.
is it pulls in all of your fonts and your
Yes.
colors, and it just makes it so much easier to stay on brand.
Yes, absolutely. So we're just adding in some of these logos here.
And there are actually, I think, like 4 different ways that I can think of to get your assets into the libraries panel. And so one, you can select here, click on the plus, and then add it. You can add the color, you can add the actual graphic, or sometimes you can add like the text style. You also can click and drag them in. You also can right click on them and then add to library. So there are a ton of different ways to do this. And kind of just play around with whatever works for you for your workflow. And then you also can add them to different folders, that kind of stuff. But getting them in there usually takes a little bit of time.
Yeah,
and I know it
it's a
feels
little
daunting that you're like, I'm wasting time just dragging stuff, but it's
Yeah.
going to save you so much time
Yeah.
in the long run.
It's definitely, it'll help you, definitely help you in the long run. You'll be happy you did it. But yeah, so now I'm just kind of using the drag and drop feature here, which I love. Yeah, so
Boom.
so far we've added like our colors, we've added our character styles, we've added some logos. Let's add these little guys.
And so something that is unique about library elements is these are images, right?
Yeah, these are
Yeah.
PNG, yes.
So with images, with PNGs, as you bring them in and out, you won't be able to change the color. So if you're building a library, it's a good idea to make different color variations of things for your clients. If they are vector, there is a way to pull it out as the vectors instead of pulling it out as a linked object from the library. But you do want to keep in mind that whatever you put in the library is what's going to be coming out of the library. So sometimes your libraries get pretty robust just because your client might need different options of those things.
Yeah, and then of course when you are finalizing files, you want to provide them with the digital version and then the print version. So I always provide them with the PNG files, and then I will vectorize these in Illustrator using an image trace and kind of add some little texture so it's kind of close to the original PNG. So that way, but they have, if they wanted to use it for print for like larger pieces, they're able to.
Yep.
But for the most part, these PNGs are actually really large in resolution. They are at like a 300 ppi, so they are able to use these for print as well too. So it's just really up to their preference.
Yep. And that's always a great idea to save everything in a library as high
Yeah.
quality because you never know what they're going to do in Express.
Yes,
that,
yeah,
that, like
yeah.
they'll throw it on something like, oh, we
Yeah.
needed a banner, and you're like,
Yeah.
sure, it's definitely banner size.
Yes.
Okay, so we have everything in the library.
Yes.
Where do we go from here?
Let's hop on over to Adobe Express. I think it's time.
Let's do it. And
Yeah.
as a follow-up, from the chat, we have 64% of people like to clean on Fridays on Sundays, and 30% on Fridays. So
Okay.
Sundays wins,
Okay.
and then Friday is a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel like I've been getting into the Friday cleaning because it's nice to have kind of go into the weekend with a fresh, clean home. But then I also find myself cleaning again on Sunday.
Yes, I get
'Cause you get kinda-
aspirational on Fridays.
Yeah, and then it gets kind of dirty over the weekend.
Yeah, I think Friday
Yeah.
and Sunday.
Yeah,
kind of,
I feel like it's needed sometimes.
Yeah, you got to start one day and then finish the other.
Yes.
Okay, so we're in Adobe Express. Can we go ahead and full screen this? And then we will hop in and we'll start using some of the features here in Adobe Express with our
Yeah.
libraries.
Yeah, so a quick rundown. So we have, your brand kit over here. Sorry, there's a little lag there. So look, we already have Sunday clean. So we can start, let me actually go to, I think I actually created, so if you go to your stuff, you can go click here to access any of the libraries that we added in Illustrator. And then we have Sunday Clean Adobe.
Yes. And if things haven't synced and they're not syncing through, totally fine. It just like sometimes takes a second.
Yeah, it takes a little minute, I have noticed. So we have it here, but just say if you're a client and you don't have like Illustrator and you didn't upload it like through your library, you can actually go here to the brands and kind of like create a whole new little library through Adobe Express. So we can kind of walk you through on how you could do that too. So maybe let's try adding some colors first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And differences between, this is like a quiz for me, differences between libraries and brands. Brands only work in Adobe Express. Brands can hold different assets than libraries. And I think that you can add videos to brands. Don't quote me on that. But you can't do that in libraries. So there are a couple things that you can do in the brands in Adobe Express that you can't do in libraries. And then the other way around. You can do character styles in libraries, but not in brands. So it is a little bit of a back and forth between those. But if you're going to be working with clients who are going to be creating social media, it's a great idea to make a brand because then it will scale across the Adobe Express kind of interface.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of adding it as if you like didn't create a library. So that way you can kind of see how easy it is to add your brand elements inside Adobe Express for easy access when you're creating graphics and things like that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna use this little palette here just to kind of make it easier. And I'm obsessed with these colors. I love it.
They're really nice.
I really, really like them. And I always like to provide, there's no like rule of thumb when it comes to how many colors you should create in your palette. But however, there is a good rule of thumb when you are using colors for your website. You never want to use more than like, I always say like 5, maybe like 7 if you want to add like some accent colors. But far as like a color palette as a whole, like I feel like there's not like, I don't like to follow rules with that.
No.
Because it's like, what if you have like a launch of a product and maybe later down the road you could use one particular color from your color palette that you have not used yet, and that could be its designated color for that particular launch of that product.
Yes.
When you're creating like graphics and things like that.
I'm definitely the same with type. People are like, you should only use 2 type. And I'm like, no, we're gonna use as many typefaces as we need to.
We're gonna have a whole family.
Yes, we're just gonna have it be fun.
Yes.
Val is saying, and this is actually very intriguing to me because I don't know how to do this. Val is saying there is a way to convert an existing library into an Express brand.
Ooh.
Val, please say more because I don't know anything about that.
Can we have the tutorial, please?
Yeah, can you teach us through the chat, please? I don't know anything about that.
Not the chat teaching us stuff.
Right? So let us know where that is, Val, because I've never seen that. I'm going to like snoop around on my screen, but we're adding in the colors here. And then we can add in all the different elements. So logos, fonts, all that fun stuff that we have here, which we have exported and ready to go.
Yeah, so let's upload some logos, maybe some primary. I'm just gonna do the digital ones because it'll probably be easier. So you can actually just, select all of, I think will it let me select all of them? No, just one at a time. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't bulk upload them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I learn something new every day. Oh, I do want to add this like text color though.
Use as brand. Okay. Val,
Back
I'm
over
very intrigued into what's happening. Oh!
He's determined.
Oh, it's real. Is my screen plugged in? Yes. Okay.
Wait, okay,
can we hop
pause
on
on my screen.
Yeah.
Let's-
Okay. I just learned this. Also, please don't look at my library chaos. So in this little dot right here, you can click and then go to use as brand.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so we use as brand. And then what happens? Moved to brands. This library is now ready to use as a brand Express. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Okay. Father's Day. Wait. This is great.
Oh my God.
What? Okay.
Talk
this
about
is so fun.
A workflow speed up here.
Yes. That's so amazing. Okay. So like, did it get rid of what was there is the question. I don't think so. So let's say that we have, where's a project that doesn't matter to me? Let's say that we have this one here, the Cosmo Birthday. Okay, uses a brand. Okay, so it takes it away from the libraries, moves it into brands, and then I come in the brands, and do I have colors, templates, assets? Everything's here. Wait, this is so great. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, magic is magic.
Okay, wow. Dang.
Okay.
My mind is blown.
That's
Officially.
incredible. That's incredible. Okay, great. Back to you.
Yay. Okay.
Setting up. So this does have a little more kind control and a little more precision than just converting it over. But
Yeah.
that's really good to know that you can
Yeah,
just
that
convert
is
over.
very good to know. I think with the way my brain is set up, I would have to do it manually just so I know that everything is in there. So it'll probably take me a little bit longer, but it's just the peace of mind knowing that everything is in here.
Okay, so next up we have fonts.
Let's add some fonts real quick. Okay, so I actually use like I think all of them except maybe like 2 Adobe fonts. So let's go ahead and grab them. So we got Spirits Neutral for the heading font. I wonder if I edit roll. So this is a header. And then let's add another one.
So as you do this, you do want to assign these roles and make sure you do, because there are templates that will adapt to your brand. And so as you assign a header, subhead, it will just understand a little bit better how to use your brand in the context of what you're doing. And here we are uploading a font, which means that we have a font that we're using that we want to be able to use in our documents. You can upload your fonts into Adobe Express if they're not included in Adobe Fonts, but there are a ton of fonts in Adobe Fonts. Every now and then, you might want one that you found somewhere else, and so you can toss it in here and sync it into the brand as well.
It's thinking.
Yes, with magic.
And that's like this, that one is a subheading. So whenever it loads here, so maybe we'll do header. And then we'll add another fonts.
And this is so helpful. Again, it seems like a lot of setup time, but it is going to save you hours and hours and hours, and it's going to save your clients hours and hours and hours. Especially if you're making remixable templates, if you're sharing this with them, then they can create all their social media assets super easily.
I don't know. It's kind of something so satisfying about like uploading everything. Like, I don't know.
It does feel right. It
like,
feels...
I don't know. It's kind of peaceful to me.
Yes, it is very serene.
Okay, so edit roll. Let me do this real quick.
Perfect.
It's like not letting, I think it's body. Okay, perfect. Let's add one more font, our little accent font here.
So when we're looking at choosing the fonts, we have the header, we have a subhead. We have another one in there that is not very common, but I come from a journalism world, so I have to call it out. It's called a deck. And a deck is in between.
I haven't even heard that one.
Yeah, so the deck is in between the subhead and the body copy.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, it would be like high level heading would be, like man reaches the moon. And then the subheading would be, Armstrong? Who's the guy? Yes.
Oh, the one that walked on the moon? That
Yes.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil
right?
Armstrong, yes. Like Neil Armstrong and the crew, whatever. And then the deck underneath it would have like, July 5th, whatever. It would have the date and then go to the article. So deck is like the little subhead.
Okay.
And then we get into body copy. Then we have pull quotes, call outs, that kind of stuff. But usually you want to have the top 3 of your heading, a subhead, and body copy just to kind of flow your text through as you're talking to your clients or showing things.
I learned something new. I feel like I just kind of make up like what they're called sometimes.
Yes. And I think that they are...
Like, what is an accent font?
Yes, I think that they're different. I come from a journalism background, so I was a newspaper kid, and that's where I learned all of my design.
No, I love that. I might have to incorporate that because it sounds real fancy.
Yes. And I think that it comes more from physical to digital because newspaper used to be such a physical thing.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of the terms are physical, which, as we do this, I'll tell you a story if you want it.
Yes, please.
Okay, so
please.
have you ever had usually it's an older person, use the term, I'm all out of sorts. Like,
I love that term.
Okay.
I love the corny phrases.
Yes. So
you are skating on thin ice, mister.
Yes. So all out of sorts actually comes from newspaper. So when they were making newspapers back in the day, they would have to assign and grab each individual letter and put it into the article. And each of those letters is called a sort. It's a sort of type. So if we needed an E, we would grab an E sort. And if you were printing an article about Mississippi, and you ran out of S's, and then you couldn't arrange any more S's into the article, it'd be a huge problem because they had to stop the press. We'd have to go make more S's. We'd have to get them cast out of lead, and then we'd have to get them into the thing. And so it was a big deal to be all out of sorts. So you'd be out of S sorts. And so it's turned into something else that you're just, I'm frazzled, but it comes from newspaper that you are all out of sorts. It means that you are missing all of that letter.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
little knowledge here. So as we put these in, I'll give you one more. Why not? So we have alphabets. We have uppercase and lowercase alphabets that we talk about. Also comes from newspaper design because when they were arranging the articles, the capital letters would be in a case that was above, and the lowercase or the semi-uncio letters would be in a case that was at the bottom. And so the uppercase would be your capitals, and then the lowercase would be. So that also is a fairly recent term. I think people think like, oh yeah, alphabet's always been uppercase and lowercase. It actually comes from newspaper design and printing era of Industrial Revolution.
I love it. I think I might have uploaded that one again, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to upload like all of the like kind of like the darker blue, so we can use those for graphics.
Yes. And so setting this up for your clients, usually it saves time, and like this process would be a little bit harder and a little bit confusing for a client, right? You're like, hey, here's 100 files. Go make some social media stuff.
Right.
This just allows it to be a little bit easier for them and approachable.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, I think like I know with me, I like to kind of set it up for my clients so that way they just have everything and it's just like easy breezy for them. And then also it just kind of elevates that client experience that you have with your client.
Yes. And if you're a freelancer, great opportunity to upcharge something. Is like, hey, I can deliver your files, or I can build you brands, I can build you some libraries, we can do some templates in Express, get you set up for social media. Really great kind of extra.
We love an upgrade.
Love an upgrade.
Yeah, I love these little elements. They're so fun.
And chat, where are you all watching from? I know Voodoo Val is somewhere in Northern California, but where is everyone else watching from? Would be nice to know. We are going live today from San Francisco. It is sunny and chilly here. But where are you watching from? Is anyone watching from a different country? I know we have some friends that usually watch from India. We have some friends that watch from Canada usually. I know we do have some friends from down under. I think it's a little early for you, but if you're watching, hello.
Hello.
So you do all these usually in fresco.
Yes.
And we spent some time yesterday in fresco, right?
Yes. Yeah, so if you haven't tuned into that one, go and tune in.
Yes, and if you want to catch up on any Adobe Live that you have missed in the past, or if you want to get some more information, you can search the Adobe Live YouTube channel. But make sure you subscribe. We have a little graphic that will pop up, Studio Manager, boom, got it. So subscribe. It is adobe.ly/live YT. There it is. I forgot what the link was. So you can subscribe right there. We do have content pretty much every day from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time. And we have people watching from UK, Iceland, Switzerland. Nice to see you. The Big Apple NYC. Hello. Thanks so much for watching.
Yay.
All right. So we have
exciting. Okay.
a bunch of assets in here. Tell us about where we're going.
So this is going to be good enough for right now. so we got our little elements that we could use for graphics and such. So and then we have our fonts, we got our colors, we got some logos. I just used like the text color and then a white, and then this was uploaded in the wrong area, but it's okay. And so yeah, I think it's time to start creating some, maybe we can start with some covers.
Let's do it.
Create a cute pattern with some elements.
Love that. Let's do it. And we do have Salvador is from Newfoundland, a Newfoundlander. Hello. Welcome to the Rock. Great place in Canada. It's the eastmost point of North America. And little trivia about Newfoundland. When back in 2001, when the tragedies were happening with 9/11, Newfoundland was actually the place where most of the flights got grounded coming into the United States, and their population like quadrupled overnight, and they hosted a bunch of Americans in Newfoundland. Great story if you want to learn more about it. But thanks for tuning in, Salvador.
I'm loving all of these. I love these stories.
I know it's really lining up well for me for all the stories that I have in my brain.
Oh my gosh.
But if you don't know the story of Newfoundland, go look it up. It's super inspiring, really great story if you guys want some extra info going into the weekend.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Love it.
All right, so we're working in Adobe Express now. We have our brand and super easy. We have our colors. Everything's here. Look at this. Premium
Don't you love
service.
it?
Premium service.
Yes, I love it. All right, so let's create some like covers. So maybe we can create some, let's see here. Let's just drag and drop. Just create.
And so what you'll see happening here is that little link right there in the top left of that object means that it is a linked asset, which means that if we are going to be changing something in the brand, it would update there. It's just linked together, which is really cool.
And it's me like forgetting where my brand kit is.
Right? It is in,
I think.
yes, your stuff, brands.
Is it brands?
Let me find out. I know. So, and I
get
think,
the libraries and the brand kits confused.
Yes.
So I'm glad I have a second hand.
I do think, bottom left, brands.
Oh, duh.
There, yep. And I do think that Express has redesigned since yesterday. I think the homepage looks different if I don't like, if I'm...
Okay.
I definitely think it looks different than it did
I was like,
yesterday.
I'm not losing my mind. Something
Yes.
is different here.
And hello from Canada, Colorado. Nice to see you. Hopefully it is chilly and beautiful where you are. It is hot and gross where we are. Well, it's not hot and gross where we are yet. I'm from Southern California. It will be hot and gross when I get home tonight.
Let's like make these little.
These are so fun.
I know. They're cute, right?
And because we have the brand, all of the pieces are there, all the colors are there. It's easy for us to kind of drag and drop. And this would be for maybe a cover for social media for posting a reel or something.
Yeah. Or like we're just going to create like a highlight cover.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we already used that one. Let's try this one.
Do you have any recommendations overall for creating like social content or creating a social page? We were talking about like highlights. Is that something that like if you have a business, you're like, hey, you have to be using highlights, make cute little covers? Do you have any like overarching ideas or advice for like a small business that's getting started on social media?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, it was like 9 questions in one. Do you have any advice for small business that's getting started in social media that maybe like trying to spruce up their page? That maybe it's just like John.
Okay, I do actually.
Yes.
I always recommend to my clients, and this is something that I do include. I do include social media styling in every package. So a part of that, I also create like pinned graphics, like an overlay of 3 squares that pin to the top. So these are really great on like creating that lasting first impression. So when they go to their profile on social media, they have like a really pretty like banner in a way pinned up to the top of their social media feed, like Instagram. And then it's really great to like highlight with each post, because like one post could be like your core values, one post could be about you, and then like one post could be like who you serve, like what are your services or things like that. So that's like one thing I do recommend to my clients is having like some kind of pinned post. So that way you are creating that lasting first impression, because it's like, for the most part, people are going to your social media, I will say, first before your website.
Yes.
Because that is like the most up to date. So I always recommend that. So that is one thing. And then of course, just making sure that you have like on brand, like graphics as far as like the covers go. And if you're not using graphics for your covers, like having beautiful brand imagery for the cover, just something that obviously embodies that overall tone and mood of like your branding.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great advice on the pin post. I wouldn't even think about that
Yes.
for a brand.
Okay, I need a second eye. I'm like literally having a brain fart. How do I
Yes.
flip this? Doop.
Got it. Up on the left, middle left, next to grids, down, left, down, left, left.
Oh, I see
up,
it.
Right there. Yes, got it. That happens to me all the time
I'm
on
like,
stream.
wait, I'm having a brain fart.
Yes, and I'm glad that it happened to you at the beginning and not in the middle of the sentence, because I very often am like, all right, so what you're going to do is you're going to, and then it just shuts down and I have to spend a minute.
Yeah.
So we got there together.
Yes, okay, perfect.
Chat, if you have any suggestions or thoughts on this cute little brand that's coming together, love this little pattern.
Yeah.
Please let us
just
know.
laying around.
This is so fun. And this is something that a client could do very easily, but
Yeah.
it's also something that you can do here.
Yeah.
And you could create separate projects for them. But what's great about Express is it does have multiple pages. So you can create all of the assets in one project and then share that project with the client so they can really play around with what they want.
Yeah, I love it. It's so cute. Maybe we can make these a little bigger.
This makes me want to go like light some candles and
I
like just start
know.
cleaning things.
Oh, so cute. Yeah. And then a good rule of thumb too when you're creating a cover is to like maybe do like a circle and
Okay.
maybe and then you create it as like a stroke so you can kind of envision like what like the elements will look like in the circle.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
I was gonna try to do it, but then I lost my train of thought, and
Yes,
I'm like, let
so-
me not get distracted here.
So if you ever want to see what your posts are going to look like, let's say that you're creating a post for social media, you can use the scheduler and we'll show you what those posts are going to look like as a preview. Not relevant for what we're doing here, but just as a idea. You can do it there if you wanted to.
Let's do like
And really cool, fonts already in here in our brand, which is really great.
let's do like look your Sunday best,
Oh,
and then add our like little brands here. Oh, do I need to highlight it?
yes,
Oh,
and I
here.
think it actually will show up when you go to change the font right there.
Yeah.
It should show up at the top.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, perfect.
There we go, uploaded fonts, perfect. Oh, this is so cute.
Cute. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna change the color. And then let's like
And you'll see there, again, we have all of our colors coming up. So anywhere that you can have something, it will show up for you if you set it in your brand and in your library. Express is basically going to figure out, hey, is this a color? You have colors assigned. Here's the colors you might want. It's going to kind of guess for you, which is really nice. Look, your Sunday best.
yeah.
Oh, so cute.
Cute. Then kind of like have that kind of off the page a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's so cute.
Okay, cute. Okay. All right, let's create another one.
Yes. And so when you're creating this, I know we have like this color story and all these different illustrations. Are you kind of trying to keep things cohesive when you hand it off to the client to be like, hey, don't get outside of this? Or are you kind of
Yeah.
like experimenting here? What's the vibe?
No, I definitely tell them, okay, let me show y'all what I usually include in my style guides and presentations, so that
Okay.
way they have a visual aid into how they can style their graphics.
Cool.
Ta-da! Okay, so I style some pages for them to kind of use as a visual tool on like how they can style their branding.
Okay, cool. Can we throw this full screen?
Yeah.
Ooh, full
Yeah.
presentation. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so cute, right? And we do have like these little like hand washed elements that I created in Fresco, but I didn't upload those. So we do have like those that are really, really fun. Super cute. I'll go back to the brand kit and upload those so we can use them for some graphics. But yeah, so I create some like styled graphics for them to use as, like I said, like a visual aid. So they have like this great reference point when they are creating graphics. Like I had a client one time create their own like candle label, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. And it just was like a little pat on my
It
back.
makes you so happy,
Yes, I'm
right?
like, okay. Because sometimes you do get clients that don't follow their style guide.
Yes.
And it just
Yes. And
I
it
was
really
like, you
is.
spent all this money for branding and you're not following your style guide.
Yes, you give them all of the elements. You give them the
Yes.
recipe.
You give
and
them
you're like,
everything.
Here's how to make your brand pizza,
Yeah.
and they're like, we made an omelet, and you're like, what? How?
Wait,
like,
no,
how in
that's
the
not
world
on
did you even do
brand.
that?
You are a pizza company. Yeah, and then I also created like these really fun like cleaning elements as well for them, and these are great for like if for their website, for example. Like this could be fun like as like a little like where they're side by side, like similar to this, to kind of like let them know who they cater to, like residential, commercial, Airbnbs, things like that. But yeah, super cute.
Oh, and this is where a lot of that kind of secondary and tertiary marks come in. Is like
they can create
stickers, patterns. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I'll always like to create so many different like marks, so that way they can use it for like merchandise and things like that. Even if they just like use it for like a little client gift, especially for this company. You know, they want to like, they're like going to give them like a little goodie bag after they get done cleaning. So like having like little stickers or maybe like a magnet that they can put on their refrigerator, so that way they can call them again and book them again when they're ready to get their house cleaned again or something
fun.
like that. Yeah. So really thinking further from the screen on like what their client, like what the client's customer experience is going to be.
Yep. And Alessandra says, I love the color. I love the colors. They are
Yay.
gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah, super fun. So that's a good like little good tool that I give my clients, so that way they have that. And so far they do love that, have like a little reference point, because it's like a style guide can give you so much, but like
Yes.
it's kind of confusing to a client that's not a designer. So having that visual aid is key.
Yep. And what's great is when you present them a style guide like that and then you give them the elements,
Yeah.
it equips them to feel like they can create something similar
Yeah.
without messing it up. Because
Right.
they can try to be like, oh, I'm trying to create that thing like the style guide, and then they go off the rails.
Yeah.
But giving them the assets plus a style guide is kind of like, here's the picture of the puzzle, and here are the puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
Please, you can put it together and nothing will be broken because
Yeah.
I haven't put anything in there that you can break it with.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and like maybe like upload some of these like backgrounds or something.
Oh, yes. And these were all done in fresco.
Yes. So I like to provide them with pre-made patterns and then like the individual elements so that way they can create their own compositions. So these are just like the pre-made little graphics that I created for them.
Which is great. And
Yeah,
if
little backgrounds. Yeah.
If you're playing around with these and you want kind of like separated elements, especially if you're doing watercolor, if you're doing paint strokes, do them on a really large canvas and then
Yes.
make the background transparent and export as a PNG.
Yeah.
And then your clients will be able to kind of like place in different places that they want. Almost think about delivering a brand as like scrapbooking, that you want to give them all
oh
the
my
little
God,
stickers.
that's a good reference. I'm stealing it.
Do it. You want to give them all the stickers to put into whatever they're creating. And so anything that I can do as a designer that can be a PNG with a transparent background, you always want to break out every little piece and give them like that sticker pack so that they can create things on their own.
Yes.
But doing stuff like this is also really helpful because then they don't have to think about
Yeah.
what goes where and what can't
Exactly.
go where.
Yeah. Yeah, see, and I only downloaded the ones that were already kind of like pre-made for them, but normally I would provide them with like a PNG so that way
Yep.
they can kind of do what they will.
Yep. And even these like small little elements of like the accent of the
Yeah.
purple and the blue, and you can kind of start to combine those and
Yeah.
multiply, and they can kind of build on their own.
Yeah, and then I do tell them, since like these are kind of designed to be on the edge, like to make sure that you don't put them in the center because it's going to be cut off. So I'm like, I tell them like it's designed to be on the edge.
Yes. And as a designer, like you always have to think about how will they use this wrong. Like unfortunately,
Yes. Oh
that's
my
how it
gosh.
works. Is like I know how I want to
You
use
gotta
this.
hold their hand
Yes.
through the process.
Yes, it's a journey that
Use
you
a
take
lot of
together.
empathy, kindness.
Yes.
But also, I've noticed like a lot of clients, they just want it to be as easy as possible for them to utilize their branding. So trying to make sure that, yeah, it's just really easy and if like for them is important. Yeah, super fun.
These are so great. And Fresco has really great watercolor brushes.
Oh my gosh. Use the download the Kyle Photoshop brushes. You can
Yes.
like upload them in Fresco and like literally has so many and I love it.
Yes. And if you want to, you also can use the vector brushes in Fresco
Yes,
that you can
yes.
bring over into Illustrator. So
Yeah, which is
Fresco's so
great. Which
underrated.
is great because like you could design like a logo, like if it's like a script, like you could use that as like a logo, and then you can like stream it straight to Illustrator. Like you don't have to do AirDrop or nothing. You
Yep.
can literally just stream straight to Illustrator, which I love. It literally speeds up my process.
And if you missed the stream this morning, we showed you how to take that logo and then use Firefly structure reference to create some really cool generations based on your logo. So we made a company that was a food truck called Moodles that was a noodle place.
fun.
And we used the logo and did structure reference and actually created the logo out of noodles using Adobe Firefly. So if you want to watch that, you can rewind to the beginning of the stream and check that out. Or I think that Howard Penske has a couple of videos about that as well if you want to check it out. All right, so we have all our elements, and as you add them to your brand, they actually do show up live here, which is really cool. And it might need a refresh.
All right, let's refresh it. Let's go back out.
Let's see what happens.
It takes a little minute, you guys.
It does.
Okay, look,
There we
they're
go.
there.
See
They're
them
so cute. Yeah, so cute. I'll create a graphic, but let me create like just one more cover, and then we can kind of hop into like creating like a social media post or something. Let's like create something fun here.
And there are, again, multiple ways to do things. If you don't want to drag and drop, you can actually click and it will just place it in the center.
so.
Not super helpful if you're trying to like really arrange stuff, but if you're trying to add like all of these at the same time, you can just click through really quick and it will toss them all in the center and then you can rearrange there.
Or if your brain gets overwhelmed, you could just do it like me, like boop, one at a time.
Yep.
But yeah, if you just like click like so, it just, adds it to the thing, which I really like.
Yep. And there also, I believe there's also a way to add it into a shape, but like I don't know how it is, so I'm not going to pretend like I do. But multiple ways to do that. And again, these are linked objects because they are coming straight out of a brand. Oh, these colors are so fun.
I know, I love it. I'm like kind of doing something similar to the last one, but I want to do like a cute little like saying at the top here.
It's funny because there are certain brands and like illustration and color combos that you can like smell or taste. And like this is one that
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God,
ooh, it like
how
just smells so
fun.
bright.
Like it does smell like zesty, right?
Yes, it's very zesty.
Yeah, very zesty.
When you are handing off and creating a brand for your clients, do you do anything like communication to say like, oh, the brand is like zesty, or like help them understand how they speak?
Yes, we do. Let me go to just to kind of show you. Actually, I think it is in. No, it's in my downloads.
This is the emptiest downloads folder I've ever seen in my life.
I had to like get everything on an
It's smart.
external hard drive
Yep.
because my storage was screaming at me.
It's smart.
Yeah, so so I do like a mini brand strategy, and we really go into like their tone of voice and their brand personality. So their brand personality is fresh,
this.
fun, bright, feminine, cheerful, and then their tone of voice when they're writing like captions and things like that is going to be authentic, educational, friendly, engaging, and peaceful. So just to kind of give you an idea, so obviously, like our objective is to ensure that your brand embodies a fresh, fun, feminine, bright, and cheerful aesthetic. We aspire for your messaging to be genuine, approachable, and educational while maintaining an engaged tone that reflects the ethos of living in the moment. It's imperative for us to convey your brand values of excellence, customer centricity, passion for quality, innovation, safety, sustainability, cost efficiency, and continuous improvement through your branding. We aim for your brand identity to serve as a beacon for reintroducing enjoyment into cleaning, characterized by a vibrant and lively persona. So having those little descriptives in there so that way they can really use these when, or this is actually great for them to use for if like they are bringing on employees, like they
Yep.
could give them this and be like, this is what we stand by.
Yep. And using it for social
Yeah.
content, that if you're building with graphics, they understand
Yes.
what might communicate better and what might not communicate.
Yes.
Something that I try to do with doing
Yeah.
positioning is also say
Yeah.
what they're not.
Yes.
And
Oh, that's good. I should start incorporating that. Yeah.
so we'll usually do like that
do
you
like
are.
a big X on the knots.
Yeah, but it's like they like, oh, you're sassy, but you're not flippant. Like
Okay.
you are refined, but not
Ooh.
stuffy.
I'm,
and
like,
that
taking
way,
notes.
yeah, that way,
I
like
like
if
that.
you're working through and they create a social media graphic, they
Yeah.
can kind of weigh it on like, okay, this feels too stuffy. It needs to be more
Yeah.
fancy.
No, I love that. No, I like that a lot.
Yes, I love seeing your
Yeah.
holistic process of
Yeah.
like, here's how the brand
Yeah.
communicates, how it's built, and then also into Express, here's how you implement
Yeah,
that.
it's like a lot that goes into a lot of psychology that goes into branding that people aren't aware of, like
Yes.
even down to the color psychology. And we can get into that too if we have time. But yeah, this elaborates more into their values, like for example, like excellence, like they're committed to delivering nothing short of excellence in everything they do, from their products to their services. They strive for perfection to exceed expectations. So this would be great for them to give to those employees. That way they're always, abiding by those values.
Yep. And what's cool
And
is
then some cute little taglines. These are completely optional, but I do provide
a
them.
good tagline.
Yes, these are so cute. Like Sunday best, home fresh. Like your Sunday's best looking. Yeah, it's just so cute.
Yes.
Feel good, look good, clean great.
and what's really cool is
Sparkling spaces, smiling faces.
you probably built out this deck in Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, something like that.
Yeah.
There's a new feature in Express that is presentations, and you can actually build
Oh,
presentations.
see, I didn't even know
like
about
this.
that. I might actually
Oh, yes.
like that more than InDesign.
This is new within like the last week or two, I think.
Ooh, okay.
Is you can actually build presentations directly in Adobe Express.
Yeah.
And they are there.
Yeah.
This is so nice.
Thanks.
What a great
And then obviously I show
presentation.
them like the white space to be used for their, logo. This isn't the style guide. This is just the brand identity presentation, just to kind of show them what their brand identity. And as you can see, I provide only like a one concept approach, because I find that if you provide too many options, you
yes.
overwhelm their brain, and then they start thinking like, can it pop more?
Yes.
Or something like that. So I think having that one concept approach is so beneficial in presenting it to your client, because they do get overwhelmed.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I feel like this, I do feel like this is a hot take, which I'm glad that we're on
Yeah.
the same side here.
Yes.
My thing is people are always like, oh, present like 3 to 5 options.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you are presenting 3 to 5 options, that means that you're not sure what your client wants. wants, and
Yeah.
you need to spend the time to know what your client wants and present them
Exactly.
the thing they want.
Yeah.
So I'm very much on the one presentation as
yeah.
well, because you should have gone on that journey
Yeah.
together and landed where you needed to.
Exactly, yeah. And I like to take a collaborative approach with my clients too.
Yes.
Like even if I feel like a little stuck, I'm like, do you want to hop on a call because I can pick your brain for a minute?
Yes.
And sometimes they can't, but that way, and I can do like a video walkthrough, kind of picking their brain that way. So it just really depends on what your clients' like preferences are.
Yep. Okay, so into Adobe Express, we have our brands built out, we have our colors, we have our type, we have everything here. And this is something that we could do for the client, or we could kind of show the client how to do, and then they could build out whatever they wanted to very easily.
Yeah, this is super. I'm just gonna use the same tagline, like look your Sunday best.
Your Sunday best.
Yeah.
This is such a fun, like the type and the voice all goes so well together with the illustration. Like all the
Yeah.
elements work together, and that's what really makes a good brand.
Yeah.
Is when you can kind of look 360 degrees at any element, and it all just makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that this does that really well.
Yay! And then also too, it's really fun. Like once, like it's again back to being like with branding. There's so much that goes into it. Like that's so important to have like these like different elements because it helps like your audience familiarize your brand. They're like, oh, that's Sunday clean. I remember like the little organic elements of the fruits and things like that. It helps to kind of like how Glossier has like that really bold, funky G. Like people familiarize that with Glossier.
Yep.
Or is it Glossier?
I don't know. I would say Glossier because I'm fancy.
I like to make words really fancy, and they're really not supposed to be that
Glossier.
fancy.
Yes.
Like Target. Maybe that's a millennial thing.
If it
Maybe
has
I'm
an
showing
ER,
my age.
yeah. If it has an ER, it's A, 100%.
That is
no
so funny.
just Glossier.
Cute. Okay, cool. Let's like make some like post while we
Let's
have
do
a
it.
little bit of
Yep,
time.
we got about
Yeah.
10 minutes left, and so I think we can knock out a quick post. And what's cool is we can do that all here in the same document, or we can start a new document.
It's
You
me
can
going
really
making it hard for myself.
Oh, you can pretty much do
like anything,
whatever you
honestly.
want.
Whatever is fit like floats your boat.
Yes, and with the introduction of projects, which is a brand new feature in Express, you can add as many things as you want into a project after you've created them all. You can kind of pull them all into a project and share that with your client, whether it's different documents or whatever. Ooh.
Yeah, so let's just use one of these like fun patterns and then maybe like announce like there's like, or maybe let's like add like a, like some stock imagery or something.
Yes, fun, so easy. And you can use
Clean photos.
Adobe Stock is included. A lot of it is right here in
see.
Adobe Express. Anything that has a
see.
little crown icon, if you are a Creative Cloud member, you have access to that. It's there for you.
Let's do like
And so you can use those, and you also can like remove backgrounds on them. You can add adjustments. You can do a lot of stuff here in Adobe Express with the elements that are included from Adobe Stock.
cute. All right, let's just do like, obviously this is kind of moody, but you guys get the gist. Also, brand imagery. I also give them, because this doesn't fit the vibe, it needs to be brighter and airier, but we're just going to use it for this stream. But I give them kind of like some examples of like what to post for social media, like far as like the undertone of the brand photography. Like you see how these are like so bright and airy, like having like really fun, like them dancing when they're cleaning. It kind of embodies that like fresh, fun, bubbly personality. So again, it goes into your brand photography too with like your branding. So honoring these guidelines will help make your brand successful.
Yep, and what's great is in Adobe Express, if you have that image selected, you can actually go to adjustments, and we could brighten this. We could
See,
kind of
I didn't
pull it
even
into-
know that either.
Yes, so with that selected down in the bottom left, you could go to adjustments, and then from there, we can increase contrast, brightness, and this is kind of where you can play around
Okay,
if something's not quite on brand, right?
Maybe
You
I'll-
can kind of adjust it just a little bit to get it to fit your
Okay,
brand a little bit
okay.
more. And this is something that if your client doesn't know how to use Photoshop or they don't want to get
Yeah.
into that, they can do small, very easy adjustments here just to give it that little bit of an edge to kind of fit into their brand.
Let's do some white balance here to make it a little bit bluer.
Yes, it was very yellow.
Yes.
It went past warm into just hot. It was
Okay, that's pretty. It is close enough.
yeah.
That's cute. Okay,
Yep.
so let's maybe announce like a now booking or something.
So fun. I love this little frame. And doing frames for clients is always a huge plus, is just get those elements around an edge somewhere, leave some open space in the middle, and boom. Now they have content and an area to where they can build their social media content.
Cute. I love it. Let me like make this like Actually, I think it'd be kind of cute to, maybe we can do like something like this. And then like,
Oh yeah, a little offset.
yeah, cute. Maybe I'll just do this. And then align that. Oh wait, that's not the right one.
Bottom left. There you
I
go.
always get the justified and alignment.
I do that every single time because
Oh
I'm
my
so
God,
used to working in InDesign or a different program
Yeah.
where it is in the top bar
Yeah.
and then it's over on the left. Yes, I do that 100%.
And then this is, the line height is like very awkward, so you want to tighten up a little bit. The heading is good to like be a little on the tighter side. I always say like within like a 10-point difference of your font size. So just say if it's like a 20-point font size, maybe do like a 30-point line height.
Yep. And let's talk about line spacing because we've already been there. So that is called leading, is the difference between the line height of the distance between each line. And it's called leading because of, that's right, newspaper design. Because when they used to put the rows of text together, they would put literal blocks of lead in between and it would be at different sizes. So you would have a 6-point lead strip and you'd put it across that would change the width of the lines. And so when you're changing the width of your lines, it is called leading because it actually comes from blocks of lead. Designs, all the digital design that we do is based on things that were happening in the physical world before that. And so a lot of you have probably never laid out a newspaper magazine and you've just used computers, but back in the day, everything has adapted.
This is
Ooh,
so cute.
this is so cute.
Yeah. A little something, something.
Little something, something. And we got a few minutes left, and so we can do a quick little recap once we get the text in here of kind of what we've done, what the brand is, and then how we've converted into Adobe Express.
Cute. Look at your Sunday
So
best. Maybe we can just
fun.
do a quick like animation or something.
Yeah. So animation is super easy in Adobe Express. Just select the
That's
text.
so cute.
Boom. Just a few
Wait.
clicks.
Oh my God. I love a good typewriter effect.
Brand new. Typewriter
Perfect.
effect is new in the last 2 weeks. They have added the typewriter effect. And then if we want to play it, you can preview that by just hitting the play on the bottom left
cute.
and see what your social media posts look like. And again, really easy to hand off to your clients as well. So fun. Okay, can we
know.
scroll through? We have this one and then we created a couple. Can we go look at the brand real quick?
Yeah.
And look at the elements that we added into the
All
brand.
right. So this beautiful brand. So we got the logo. So we've added the primary logos, the fun brand marks. We added the font suite. We added the color suites, and we added the fun elements.
And we used all this through libraries, and the libraries went
Yep.
directly into Adobe Express.
So we got
created
the
a brand.
libraries. We have like you can access the libraries right here. Ta-da!
Boom.
Or if you didn't do the library, you have your brand kit. So multiple opportunities for you to
Boom.
have your assets all in one area.
Magic. Well, thanks so much.
Yes.
Where can people find you and find out more about what you do and your business?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at WK Creative, and then you can always visit my website at wkcreativestudio.com. And yeah, thank you for coming.
So stick around. We have more content coming up next. And make sure that you set a reminder for 1 p.m. Pacific time. That's in 2 hours from now. We have a very special episode of Adobe Office Hours where we are letting chat run the show, which means you get to ask us questions and tell us what you want to know. So tune in for that. We'll see you there and stick around for more content right here on Adobe Live. Bye, everybody.
We're going to be designing Valentine's Day invites. We have Illustrator pulled up. So this is the overall vibes we're going for. To get us started, I just want to kind of create like a very top level brand identity, I guess, for this event. I'm just going to pull colors directly from the mood board. So we're going to grab the eyedropper tool. I hit the letter I on my keyboard. Okay, great. So we have our color palette. Cool. Let's make a general font pairing. Something that's really helpful is using this filters feature right here. I know that I want a serif font, so I'm going to click serif. And now you can see all of my serif fonts. I want to add some sort of little typewriter font. And then finally to add more of like a feminine touch, like a really girly script font. I've already named a library called Valentine's, and this is where I'm going to store all of these colors. I'm just going to select each square swatch, go down here to the plus sign and hit fill color. And now it's added that green to my library. So we're just doing this one by one. So I want to illustrate just like some line drawings of flowers. I'm just bringing this into Illustrator. So I'm going to lock this first layer. I'm going to draw on the second layer. All I'm doing is I have the pencil tool. I'm just tracing the outlines of these petals. Aren't they so cute?
Yeah,
I
they're
really like how they turned out. We're going to add these illustrations to our library so that we can easily access them in Express. If we just click and drag, it'll pop in here. Pull over Express. Just go here in the Get Started. So I'm going to go to Media and I'm just going to search for paper texture. Rotate it. Go right over here to Set as Page Background. We're going to go to Your Stuff. I'm going to go to Brands and Libraries. Now we can add our fonts here. We're going to add text. And then what's really nice is now that we've set our brand fonts, they're going to be the first 3 up here every time you go to choose a font. Roses before roses. We're going to just add a rectangle over top of it and use the good old multiply. This is what I'm...
Yes.
Over here is where you're going to see your layers. So I want this tinted color to just go right over top of the background. I want this to be white. You're invited. Putting in our info. White roses bouquet. We're going to remove the background. Let's see. And let's do that. Remove the background. We're going to go to Effects and we're just going to hit grayscale. I'm going to make this opacity go down a little bit because then I'm going to come in here with the erase tool and I'm just going to go over the stem here. So I'm going to go over to Elements. Let's grab a circle. Let's put it all the way to the back. Let's multiply it again and bring down the opacity. Okay, so because I'm texting this to all my friends and not printing it, that means I can animate it. So we're gonna click on this font, we're gonna hit animation, and we're gonna have like a in animation, a drift in. We're gonna do the same with our little rose bouquet. So I'm grouping it all together. Let's have that selected, go back to animation, do in, fade in. So if you just click this little notch down here that says show layer timing, we can actually change when this comes in. Okay, yeah, great, love that. I want to add some flying butterflies. I'm gonna go into media, I'm gonna go to videos, and I'm going to put butterflies on white background. Change the blend to multiply. So I'm going to slow it down to 50% of this. And we're going to wait to have those come in until the Valentine's info comes in too. Isn't that cute?
Goodness, it's so perfect.
Now what I would do is download it, save it as an MP4. I can then just bring it into iMessage and text it to all my friends.
Thank you so much, everyone, and see you next time.
Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back. If you've been gone for the last hour, you're not crazy. We're here again. I'm Emily Poulin, this is Adara. And Adara, what are we working on?
So today we are going to be creating a photography lookbook, kind of mini portfolio that if y'all are out here, you're trying to find ways to display your work, you know, maybe if you want to reach out to certain brands, or maybe you want to kind of send out your work to anyone outside of just having your website. We're going to talk through that. So we're going to edit some photos, and then the photos that we edit, I'll just kind of put into like a little mock-up of what this could look like.
Cool. I'm so excited. We had so much fun in the last stream.
Yes, we
I
did.
think this could be even more fun. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So I'm going to, since we said like lookbook, I had a recent model kind of test shoot. So I think I had 6 different people.
Wow, that's a lot.
It was very stressful.
That sounds like a long shoot.
Yep. I would say, I think we were in the studio for 4 hours.
Wow.
And I tried to organize it to where like everybody came at a certain time slot, and I was just shooting and trying to get as many faces and da-da-da-da. But I'll tell you right now, don't do that.
Word from the wise. We're learning. No.
Do not do that. It's never that serious. It's never that deep. But we're just going to go ahead and start here with this photo. I had it already kind of edited. Edits are relatively the same. I had it cropped because I was playing around with crops. So we'll just kind of play around and see what we're thinking of. Like what I'm thinking about for this, and we'll make the kind of portfolio lookbook in Express. What I'm thinking is it's just going to be like basic. I am a simple gal. The pictures speak for themselves.
I love it. Yep.
So I want it to feel like almost like a book. right? So white pages, the photos are there, and just figuring out like how do I want to pair the photos together? Do I want to have a portrait, a close-up portrait with like a wider shot? Do I want to have a crop with something else? So we'll just kind of play around and see what photos look nice next to each other, because the idea is that you want it to flow from beginning to end.
Right.
So, yes.
Man, those are tough decisions, and it takes the right person to be able to make that.
It does.
So I'm excited to watch you do this.
Yay! Okay, cool. So I'll try to see, we'll go through the edits relatively quickly. That's why some of them are already edited, so I can just copy and paste.
Perfect.
But we'll start with this portrait. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it in a little bit. When I'm cropping, I tend to follow like the guidelines and the points of intersection. So I'm going to crop this in. I kind of want this intersection to be on her eye. So actually, no, I don't like that. I'm going to come out a little bit large.
I didn't mean it.
I'm like, I don't like that. Okay, I think I like that more. Maybe a little bit. I kind of want to... Okay, well, the intersection is her eyebrow. That's better. That
You're close. Eyebrow. It was right there.
Awesome. So it's so interesting also editing photos you have already like edited, because this photo here
I love that
was,
shot.
right? And this is what it was.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, I really like the expression. Like I kind of want to zoom in on the expression. So I'm going to try to redo this edit.
I have confidence.
Oh yeah, so much confidence. And I think I had like copied the pasted over the settings, but you know what, we're just going to go for it. So first thing I always do, I mentioned this yesterday, I start off with my color profile. Okay. So I'm going to come out here. This is where I'm going to be able to see the different color profiles. And somebody asked, like, what are color profiles? So essentially, depending on the camera you use, there are specific color profiles within each camera. I like to think of them as, like, presets.
That makes sense.
Like, you know?
That's the word we all know.
Exactly. Like, you say presets, like, oh, I know what you're talking about. So essentially, in your camera, you can set a specific color profile, so while you're shooting, it looks like that in the camera. Cool. However, I shoot in RAW, so as soon as you import it into your computer, all of that goes away. But what's really cool about Lightroom is that it saves the color profiles that are in your camera here. So you can go back and be like, okay, this is how I shot it. This is what I remember it looking like in camera. So that is there. Same thing, like if you were to set like your white balance and all these different things, like you can go back and you can really customize it in camera to get a look that you want. And then that way you can kind of come back later and pick it up from there. So I think kind of stick, I think I did Vivid. I think the Vivid one, so there's Adobe RAW color profiles, and then the camera matchings are the ones that are matching to the color profiles that are within my Canon camera. And also, depending on the camera that you're using, the extension on the file name will tell you, like, so I think .C3 R3 is Canon. I think Sony is like .ARW. Like it just depends. Right to me. Something like that.
You could tell me anything. I'd be like, yeah. But you are such a professional. You know exactly what you're talking about. So the different file extension is per camera model.
So I think that's how in my brain, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong too. I think that's how Lightroom is able to detect which camera profiles match that specific
impressive.
Camera. That's what I think. That's how I've rationalized it. If it's not right, keep that to yourself.
On second thought, chat, don't answer us.
Don't answer. Actually,
this is for this stream.
Yeah. Let me sound as professional as I believe I am. All right, cool. So I added the Vivid. Actually went with the Adobe Vivid camera profile. I just really like the way that looks. So I'm going to come in here, and then at this point, I just really come in and do look at the basic adjustments.
Gorgeous,
and I'm like, what do I like? What do I not like? You have to be careful with white balance, because you don't want to be added, and now she's looking Oompa Loompa like. We don't want that, okay?
Oompa Loompa like.
Yeah, and this is where we talked about, like, also skin tones, making sure you're maintaining skin tones while you're editing. I know, like, when I was shooting early on, and I know a lot of people do this, sometimes we like the way things look, like, warm, and we assume that everything needs to look, or everyone needs to be warm.
Yeah.
No.
We're here to say.
I'm here to say no, because the problem is that not everybody has warm undertones. Some people have warm, they have cool, they can be neutral. So you want to make sure that you're mindful of that. And sometimes you can kind of tell, like, what looks nice, what looks not nice. Like maybe someone looks a little bit too warm, maybe they're looking too cool, and it just doesn't feel like it's sitting well. We talked about, I think I said this, I may have mentioned it yesterday, like the color analysis, like if you're kind of looking into that, like if you look really good in gold jewelry, which for me, I feel like gold is my thing.
I think it's working.
Yeah,
Yes, can confirm.
That is usually a good indicator of whether or not you are more so warm. If you look good in silver jewelry, silver jewelry kind of indicates that you're more so cool tone. If you look good in both, you probably fall in that neutral tone. Also looking at your veins, I believe if they fall more on the, I want to say if they're green, you're warm, and if they're blue, you're cool. Don't quote me, or the vice versa, but I know you're looking at your veins is another option to kind of tell where your undertones are.
Wow, there's so much that goes into photography.
There's so much, girl.
But you know it off the top of your head. I'm like, give me a color analysis now. I'm like, can I show you my veins real quick? My stylist and photographer now.
You know, this is like stylists, like even like hairstylists do the same thing.
No,
Because,
that
like,
makes sense.
with certain colors of hair, like some people
Right.
look good blonde, some people don't look good blonde, some people look good in like silver hair, some people look horrible in silver hair. You know, all of the things.
And we can change all of it in
We can change
Lightroom.
exactly. We really can. All right, cool. So I was coming over here. What was I doing? I'm gonna bring this down. And again, there's no science I have to this. I just kind of go based off like what I feel like. What I feel like it looks like and what I like.
How long did it take you, sorry. How long did it take you to find what it is that you like?
Good question, girl.
Do you ever like look back at your work and you're like, whoa, what was I doing?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've been shooting for January, made it 8 years.
Okay.
When I,
Wow.
yeah, so I'm like 8.5 years into my photography journey. When I started, I was doing grad photos.
Okay.
And when I tell
sounds right.
you, girl, you can't, I mean, I'll still do grad session here and there. But when I go back and look at the photos I used to take, and mind you, I wasn't using Lightroom or Photoshop then. That was not even, I don't even know if it existed really like that back in the time I was in school. But I would take the pictures on my camera, put them on my computer, send them, like, I think I would airdrop somewhere else, send them to my phone, edit on my phone.
Oh, that's a
with
workflow.
whatever applications I had on my phone, which was probably like a Visco app,
Yeah.
Snapseed. Like, I believe Lightroom was there, but I just didn't want to pay for it. So, you know, I was a broke college student. You know, that's really the story.
Honest, yeah.
And so I ended up just kind of, I remember I would edit on my phone. Then I would go ahead and send it back to my computer, put it in a Google Drive folder, and send it
Wow.
out. And I used to like be giving like at least 100 photos edited.
For grad
Yeah,
photos,
for
that's
grad
a
photo-
lot.
Yeah. Like it's all the same photo over and over again.
It proves they graduated.
You know? And I remember being like so like excited, like yeah. But when I look back at those photos, I'm like, first of all, the edits were horrific. Actually, they weren't bad. They were okay. They were mid. You know, but I just look back at that time and think about my editing style once there, but also like the process and my workflow and how my
Yeah.
workflow has really changed and evolved over the past 8 years. Because who has time to be sending it to your phone, editing on your phone,
No.
sending it back? You don't even know the quality. The quality is not even.
Yeah, that can't be right.
No, as you keep doing
No.
it, the quality is decreasing.
But now you got this locked in Lightroom.
I
you
got
know
it
what
locked
you're
in.
doing.
Exactly.
8 years later.
8 years in.
Professional.
Yeah, 8 years later, I know exactly what I'm doing.
And it takes a while to get there, right? So it definitely
Exactly.
is good to keep practicing it.
Absolutely. So,
Learning.
two things I did real quickly. I love to use the adaptive presets that are in Lightroom. I think that they are phenomenal, and I think you should utilize them to your advantage for things, especially when it comes to like enhancing eyes, whitening teeth. Sometimes I like to darken the eyebrows if I feel like the eyebrows are just a little bit dull. I always kind of like reduce the amount and kind of adjust it from there. But those are just really cool ways to just kind of quickly, you can tell her teeth were, you know, they were cool. They were white in real life, but now they white.
Now it's like glamour
It's
shot.
glamour shot
Yeah.
white. It's Colgate ad white, you know?
We will call this color Colgate White.
Her eyes, I enhanced her eyes. I darkened her eyebrows a bit. And so we did that. We did some basic adjustments. Now I'm
Wow.
coming into my color wheels, and this is where you're going to focus on color grading. Now, color grading is really great for really focusing on the feel, the emotion, the vibe, the tone of the actual image, right? So you can add colors to your shadows, midtones, and highlights. I say this all the time.
Okay.
Take advantage of these colors because it just really elevates your photo a bit more. So I usually like to start with I don't really have one I start with, to be honest. I just kind of pick and choose. So I'll start with the shadows, and I usually just drag the wheel around. And you can see how it's adding this
wow.
color, depending on what color I'm following on the wheel. That's where it's adding the color to. It's adding the colors to the shadows.
And you're you're on shadows.
So if I like a color, I'm like, you know what, this is kind of cool. I like this like orangey red vibe. I can pull back. The more I come to the center, it'll kind of reduces the amount.
Because it's towards like the white.
The white. So it's kind of like
color, I
pulling
don't
back
know.
and going back into that neutral, what the photo actually looks like. So I'm like, okay, I like that. Let me go to my midtones. Also fall somewhere, see where I like to fall. I can be dramatic if I like to. I can kind of pull back in if I want.
What's the end use for these photos?
So the end use, so like what I was using them for?
Yeah.
So it was just for my portfolio, to be honest.
Portfolio.
Yes.
That's right. You said that. Okay.
The reason why was because I felt like I had been shooting for quite some time. And a lot of the stuff that I was shooting were just like projects and like ads or like, you know, client work essentially. And I felt like I hadn't really focused on like my creative juices as a creative overall. And so I just planned the shoot just to do that. So I reached out to a local agency, which is another great tip there, pro tip. You guys can reach out to local agencies, send them an email and be like, hey, I want to do a test shoot. Are your models available for a test shoot? They'll let you know which models are, or, you know, they'll say yes or no. A lot of the times they'll just say yes. And the idea is that models just show up. You can tell them what to wear or whatever the case might be, but models show up, you shoot with them, and the agency obviously gets to utilize the photos, but then also you get photos for your portfolio. With no cost. I didn't have to pay anybody to show up, which was really nice. So for that aspect, you can do that. So I'm gonna come back here. I'm like, what did I do here that I really, really like? Okay.
What's the recipe?
The recipe, girl, because I'm like, girl, it is.
I'm cooking, but I don't know where I'm going.
I'm cooking, but I'm not cooking like I was cooking before.
Repeating the recipe is hard.
It's really hard. Like, when you see something that you like.
Right.
Girl, when you see something that you like, you're like, oh, what?
I need that again.
I gotta do that again?
My question earlier was like, if this photo was for, you know, a specific campaign or something, would you edit, you know, the colors differently or like?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. You know, and I think sometimes, especially when you're doing, okay, we'll come 40, 45, 40. Hold on. I'm trying to get the right number. Yeah, right there's where I want to stop. Okay. When you are shooting, especially when you're working with a brand, there's going to be a conversation about like what is the overall look, feel for the photos. So you're going to there's going to be some kind of treatment, which is going to cover like what's the inspiration for the shoot, like what kind of shots do we want, what kind of tone do we want in the images, like do we want a more drastic edit, do we want it to be very light, do we want it to be, you know, so those kind of conversations occur beforehand,
right?
And then from that point you kind of just decide, like it kind of goes into like, then you kind of have an idea going into shooting what you're doing. So sometimes like I may be like, I'm a very vibrant photographer, but maybe I'm shooting for a brand that doesn't want my work to be vibrant. So I have to be mindful of that as well.
Amazing. Delivering what the client needs is always a special process.
Yes, it absolutely is a special process, because it's just like, you have to realize like, okay, yes, and also you want to, this is why it's important to like have the test shoots, because you want to be hired for the work that you like. Yeah, exactly. So that's where the test shoots are really, really great, because you get to actually do that. You know, at least that's what you're putting out there. So want to keep that in mind as well. 118. I'm trying to recreate. You know what?
And I'm distracting you. I'm like, let me ask you this really big life question.
All right. When I come back here, what did I do here? Did I shift something?
It's always going to be that one little layer that you're like, how did I miss that?
I'm like, the scaling is off on this too. Oh,
Chat, if you have any questions, Idara is just such a wealth of knowledge, so feel free to add those in as far as photo editing, photos in general.
Yes, please ask me.
She is here for you, and I am here to read them.
Okay, so this was the edit that I ended up coming up with, and I did this all in Lightroom. So we have this. I'm going to bring up the brightness slightly. Just, or maybe, like there. Okay.
Beautiful.
So the one thing I didn't know what I wanted to do, I kind of like the idea of cropping. So when I'm thinking about what this is going to look like in my lookbook, I like the idea of like having like maybe a full-size image and then maybe next to an expression.
Yes.
So I'm kind of thinking like keeping these two as like one, again, thinking about my book and thinking about like one page of the book could have the photo set up like that or whatever the case might be. So I'm going to export this, and we're going to, the question is, where is it going to export to?
And you're going back and you're like, where did I send that?
We're just going to put it to the desktop.
Save call always.
Save call. And then we're going to export this with that previous to the desktop.
You have a very organized desktop. You were showing me before, so that is a safe
yes.
place for you. Sometimes mine gets a little crazy, so not a safe place for you.
LOL. Okay, cool. So we're going to keep going. Okay, this is another look that we had. So we have this really cool, like, this girl can dress. One thing about Benice, her name is Benice, she can dress. So I'm kind of trying to find 2 photos that I feel like will look nice together from this set. I really like this photo, but I also really like the vibe of this one and this one specifically.
How are you gonna choose? They're all so cool.
I think I'm gonna do these 2. Yeah, let's do that. So let's edit this quick photo, and this will be another aspect of our lookbook. I'm gonna bring down the exposure down a little bit. Actually, let's go back to our color profile, see if I see anything I like in here. Yeah, that vivid just, I don't know if you guys saw that, but like it just did something to the skin and just like, look at that.
Oh, definitely.
It just kind of, I'm gonna pull back little bit.
It's accurate.
It's vivid, exactly. I pulled back on the temperature just a little bit. What am I gonna do next? I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna come down. Let's do some toning real quickly to see if I can add a nice tone around her in the shadows. Highlights. Ooh, yeah.
When you know you're doing it right, you're like, that's it.
That's it. So I'm gonna actually copy this over because we want to make sure that's the same over here.
We're not losing that one.
We're not losing it at all. The lighting, I think, changed in this situation, so I'm gonna have to bring it. Oh, I need to be careful with this one too.
Were you in studio for this?
I was in studio.
Right? That's what you're saying. Okay.
I was in studio, but I think I might have with me with studio photography, I am learning and growing in that space.
Okay.
And understanding lighting is a whole job.
It is a job too,
It's a
isn't
job.
it? Right?
It's
People
literally
do lighting. Yeah.
Literally, people do lighting. So understanding lighting is a whole ordeal. And so I'm trying to, in the process of learning it. So yeah, this was also a really good shoot for me to kind of practice and learn lighting too.
So you set up all your own lighting as well.
Yes.
Impressive.
Yes.
Even more.
I have one of my friends also that helps me. His name is Milton. Shout out to Milton.
Shout out Milton. Everyone say yay Milton in the chat.
Oh, he'll say, you didn't send me the live. And I'm like, I forgot.
Watch the replay. Watch the replay.
But he also has been helping me and teaching me how to light. So he also helped to set up all these lights and kind of make sure everything is good to go there.
Teamwork is important.
Honestly.
In creative endeavors as well.
Teamwork honestly makes the dream work.
Yep.
Now we're gonna go into.
So what are you doing right now? Were you removing a line, or
I was, and it didn't remove it the way I wanted to remove it. So I'm just gonna come into Photoshop and just do that. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna use the
tool that just gets it done.
The tool that gets it done.
Hey, Wade said Milton. Thanks, Wade. Wade's always on it.
So so I'm going to go ahead and try to get rid of these little lines that are here. Oh, and it added a new line.
Generative Phil said, you wanted another line. I see what you wanted.
It's like, no, I want it gone.
Did you type anything in the taskbar?
No.
Okay, maybe it needs a little help.
And that's the thing. I just remove.
Good. Did you put exclamation mark? You're like, remove. Does it know tone? I'm wondering now. Like, remove it? No.
It's like, be nice. What?
Oh. Unique.
Remove
very unique.
The line.
Not as bullying generate.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. I may have to just.
Maybe add please.
Please. It's just like the line is coming out of her head.
That's so strange, actually.
It's very much so strange. But
solid background. I'm trying to think of the other. Wade's laughing with us. Wade's
you
laughing at our suffering.
That's the funny thing about Gen AI is that.
Are you using a healing brush?
I was going to use. I was going to use the
okay.
clone stamp, but I'm going to try the healing brush actually.
I'm not a big healing brush person. Like I don't use it enough, but whenever I see someone do it, I'm like, why didn't I think of that? So I faked it right there. I acted like I used it. I'm like, oh, yeah.
But look at it, it's gone now.
Okay, perfect.
So I don't think the line was like dramatic enough for.
There you go.
There we go. It's gone now.
Oh, that made such a difference.
Like it's just subtle.
Yeah.
Like it's those subtle
needed all the
things.
focus,
yes.
no distraction.
Like I felt like that was the ceiling, like a line on the ceiling. So I'm like, I felt like it was just removing the complete focus away from her.
Yeah.
Now, bam, she's there. Yep.
You're amazing.
Come on.
Keep going.
Come on. Thank you. So now we're gonna go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and utilize that adjustment brush tool, which I talked about yesterday. If you missed the stream, please go ahead and watch it. I talked about how the adjustment brush tool can be utilized to kind of paint in your adjustments where you want them to be. And so I'm going to go ahead and click apply to object, click on her. I don't want you to do that. I want you to go ahead and I'm going to invert to the background, and I want to add some color here to the whites, just to like not make it like a plain white, if that makes sense. Yeah.
A gentle hue.
Yeah, gentle hue in there, you know, just a little something, something. I tend to fall into like this. It's very subtle. I don't know how much if you guys see it on the live stream, but like.
Okay, yeah, no. When you toggle it, for sure.
Yeah, I just feel like this tone of like, I like my whites. I had a friend that mentioned this. They were like, oh, your whites tend to fall like really like yellowish, like kind of greenish,
That's
bluish
definitely,
tone.
yeah, green.
A green and bluish tone. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Oh, we're gonna. Do I have time? Do I want a skin retouch? No, I don't.
Decision made. Up to you.
Yeah, no. There are things I want y'all to see on the stream, and that's just
Not it.
the details, the time, and things that go into that. But she has beautiful skin, you know. And sometimes, if you don't want to do the retouching, I know some people hate this. I use it in cases where people have like really nice skin, and I just need a little like oomph. I just come here, add a brush, click on my subject. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to click on here, create new brush. I'm going to select people, click on my person. Give me options to either do the entire person, face, body, skin. I'm going to do the face, the face and body, skin. So it's kind of getting that there. I'm going to create a mask. Bam, the mask is created. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go to soft and skin light. I know people don't really be using this because it can be very dramatic. That's why you pull back.
I don't even know.
So here's the before and after. So it kind of blurs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I don't like that. So you want to just slight, just a
Itty
bitty.
In moderation. Most tools are very helpful.
Yeah, it's just a little something, just to kind of blur that out a little bit. So there we go. So we have that image also ready for our lookbook. Cool. Now we're going to come back here. One thing I love to do is save myself some time. I'm going to copy over this paste. I think I already pasted it over onto this image, right? Yes, I did, because I was a little dark, so I brought up the brightness. All right.
I love the pose that she's standing in.
Right?
It's so,
I just wanted
it's
to
beautiful.
move.
It's powerful. Yeah.
I said, just move. She said, move. I said, yeah, just.
And she did it.
And she
No
did.
question.
No question at all. All right, so I'm going to come in here, and we're going to come back into Photoshop and remove the line again. And actually, what I'm going to do, too, is I'm going to open up the last image, so I can keep it referenced. Because remember, I'm thinking about my book.
Right. We're on pages.
Yeah, we're on pages, right? So if I have a page, and ideally on each page, I just want it minimal. So 2 photos from the shoot next to each other with like the description of what the shoot was or anything like that. So if these are the 2 pictures I'm putting next to each other, I want to make sure that they match. Okay? I don't want them looking,
distracting. From each other,
yes. I want it to embody or complement each other is the word I'm looking for. Okay, cool. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to duplicate my background. I'm going to come back and use the healing brush too because we learned our lesson last time. That might be too big. I'm getting a little lazy. Sorry, you guys. Let me just
You're working quick.
Let me
get it done.
I know. Trying to be as efficient as possible.
You're getting some love in chat. Salvador says, yes, great photos.
Thank you. Bam. Look at that gone. So sometimes the OG tools, you just...
Nothing like them.
Nothing like them. Literally nothing like them. So now I'm going to come back here, go to my adjustment brush tool, apply it to object. It's going to select the subject. Did it do that? Yeah. Nope, you didn't select. Let's try that again. Oh, what's that dot on her? Okay, there we go. Let's go apply. Click on her. Let's invert mask onto background. Did you invert? What did you do here? Okay, you know what? We're just going to go to our whites. Let's just do this. Selective color. Where did this purple come from? Did I mess something up? Am I missing something? Chad, am I missing something? Do I have something selected that I'm not understanding that I've selected? Okay, we're going to come back here. Selective color.
Retrace the steps.
Okay, there we go. We're fine now. So I'm going to come back here to my selective color. I want it to match. So 8, -24. 8, -24. 34 and 13.
And you're changing the background color, right?
Yes, I'm just changing the background color because I want it to match what was here. See? Bam.
It's
Bam.
beautiful.
Velvet, right? So I'm going to also come in here, go back to selected color. I want to make her skin look a little bit more deeper and like just richer. So I'm going to come in and look at my reds and see what I can do here. And the reason why I'm doing reds because, again, when you're dealing with skin tones, it doesn't really matter the complexion, race, background of the person. A lot of times, like you can edit, like there's red, yellow, or orange within the undertones of each person. Yeah. So those are the colors that usually impact the skin. You know, so when I'm editing anybody, you know, I'm really focusing on like, okay, are there any reds in there? Are there yellows or oranges in there that can be detected so I can get the tone that I want and the richness in the skin that I want as well. So I'm like,
you're using a CMYK slider, it looks like, right? Okay.
Yes.
That's why I was surprised when you said orange. I was like, that's not an RGB or CMYK.
No. So I said orange only because in Lightroom, if you're using the HSL sliders,
you got
a lot
more
of times
colors.
you have more color. There's oranges there. So sometimes when if you're doing this in Lightroom, you might come in like, you can see like as I'm toggling the orange, it's also impacting her skin. The red is doing slightly, this is kind of doing it around her cheekbone, like her blush area. Yellows, not as much, not really much. So it's kind of, it depends on what is not dictating, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
I'm not sure, sorry.
It's whatever, it's depending on what it's picking up in the skin, basically.
Yes. Okay. Determined by maybe?
Determined by,
yeah.
So that's the before, that's the after, just a little bit of richness. I brought up the blacks because I just wanted to add a little bit more contrast in there. And I'm going to pull back. The good thing, too, sometimes you just have to pull back and look at everything. I think we said that during your stream.
Definitely.
Like,
yeah, you got to see the full picture.
Yeah, you got to see the full picture. Yeah, because sometimes you might do something and be like, I did a little too much.
It sounds cheesy to say full picture if you're talking about photography. I'm like, let's see the whole picture.
Let's see the whole picture.
But we mean it. You need to see it.
You have to see it. You have to see it. All right, I've already saved that, so we're good there.
I got stressed when you said don't say that. I was like, wait.
So remember, these are our two. I'm going to actually put these next to each other. I actually think I want this one here and then this one here. So these are going to be next to each other. You can see the toning is the same. I'm going to crop this photo. Yes, continue. Just a bit.
I love when it asks you. You're like, yes, I promise.
Yes, I promise. I promise that's okay. Yeah.
Yep. I like that you balance them out to be like around the same height. That's cool.
It's just nice because it just feels more balanced that way. So, so then we got those two. Continue. Good. Export.
So somewhere. We're not
somewhere,
sure.
Somewhere on my desktop.
Goodbye.
Did I export this one? No. Yes, I did. Just cancel. All right. So we got two photos from the beginning. So we have the Photoshop, the photo with the expression. We have these two.
Okay. This
pose with the elegant pose. Let's see what else we can get in there. And I saved some shots that were in my portfolio already. So we can also do it, like we're doing photos from the same shoot, but you can also do like photos that have similar colors too. So maybe different shoots that have colors that are aligned with each other that you can kind of be like, this looks nice next to this one. So I'll show you guys both of those and what that can look like and when creating that kind of lookbook portfolio for yourself. So here are some other photos that I also had edited, came from the same shoot. Let's see.
This is an amazing shoot. So many great selects from one shoot.
Thanks, girl. I really tried. I really tried. And you can see here, like, and I'll show you guys an example of what I did here to kind of retouch. So I wanted to kind of clean up her armpit area. I think I wanted to clean up. I did some slight skin retouching. So let's put these next to each other, actually. Is it this one? Yeah. So you can see, not to be zooming in on somebody's armpit. I feel like that's rude.
You're the photographer. It needs to happen.
But I just wanted to show you guys. I ended up using generative fill to do that. Yeah. So I'll show you guys what that looks like too. And I'm going to zoom out here. Did some slight skin retouching. Again, I didn't want it to be too much because, again, I wanted it to look natural, but there were just some lines that I wanted to take out. But all I did was kind of, let's take this photo and set it into Photoshop real quickly.
You know, it's crazy. I work for a deodorant company, and so a lot of times I am looking at people's armpits. So this is actually a very relevant workflow for me. So teach me. I'm ready.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just like, the armpit is not, I feel like an armpit is a very sensitive place.
Yeah?
You know? Let's see. You can drop an adjustment layer. Oh, you're truly right. You can do that, Keys. Shout out to you, Keys. Keys be putting me in check. Like, you know you can do this instead, right? You're right, Keys. You're right. I could have just dragged the adjustment because I was trying to copy. You know what? Here's the problem that I was having with that, Keys.
I was going to say, there's got to be a reason.
There was a reason why. Sometimes, the reason why I didn't do it was because sometimes I'm applying that adjustment to a specific like mask that I made, like a specific portion to the person.
Yeah.
So if I drag it and like, let's say I made the edit onto her face and her face is in a different position than the other shot,
The mask will be wrong.
The mask will be wrong.
Ah.
So I feel like I oftentimes am just get in the habit of just taking the numbers and just typing it over. Whereas in this case, it was just the whites in general, and I could have just literally picked it up, dropped it onto the other photo. So yes, thank you for that, Keys. That's the reason why I didn't do it, was because I think I kind of get in that habit sometimes. All right, so I'm gonna draw a line around her armpit. I feel like I just be doing some really strange stuff. I'm gonna click generate fill. I'm just gonna click on generate. This is so rude. Let me just pull out. I just feel like I shouldn't be having somebody's armpit like on display like that.
It's okay. Like, now she has a new armpit.
Now she has a new armpit, so. Of course, you want to make sure it looks natural. Like, these options are a little unnatural, but that's what I did to get the option, and I just kind of went back and forth for a bit. Let me go back into Lightroom. So this was the final image. You can also see that I took out the lines there, and I also really love this photo with her expression. So I'm going to export both of these. Export, and we're going to come here and export those ones. I think those two complement each other. And again, if I want to reference and look at them next to each other, let's click here. I feel like that looks really nice.
I love that.
Beautiful. What else do we have in here? Come on. We're moving and grooving. Ooh, okay. Different look. Another outfit. So let's edit these photos, because I did some slight edits on it, like just play around.
Okay.
But I like this shot, and I also like one of these. Do I like it? That's what we're trying to figure out. Or even just...
How are you going to choose? These are all wonderful.
I don't know, girl.
Your job is really hard.
Sometimes I'm just like, especially when people were like wanting you to make selections and figure out all of that, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do for selections. Okay, so we're going to edit this from scratch. Start with my color profiles. Let's see what that looks like. Neutral. Oop, standard is not it. Oop, portrait is not it. As you can see, just let me zoom in because y'all can see what it's doing. Shout out to this is one of those Canon it was either the R5 or R6. The quality and how much it picks up is crazy. But yeah, you see that's a lot. You can see it's just too red. Landscape is landscape. This is very orange. Neutral. This is a person. I think I'm gonna go for neutral, which vivid. Oh, I don't mind vivid. It's a little orange though.
The orange is back.
The orange is back, man. The orange is back. So vivid, neutral. I'm feeling neutral, so we're gonna go there. Again, I'm just gonna start with my adjustments and kind of make sure it's exposed to where I want it. I like the richness in her skin too. Fits. There we go.
So are these going to be hitting your portfolio soon?
Yes. If you go to my website right now, I have a lot of updating to do. So if you're like,
don't go right now, or
no,
do you still want to direct people?
Go.
Enjoy.
Go.
Take a little peruse online.
Hold on. Let me even bring it up for you, because it's nice.
So don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do. Let me tell you, this is years of work. This is years.
There's the one photo.
There's the one photo right there.
The second
photo. Yep. This is years of work, y'all. Okay.
Oh my gosh,
so
your portfolio is amazing.
Thank you. It's just there's too much going on in it. I feel there's too many photos.
Okay. So I
want to condense it. I feel like I'm holding on to things that I shot a long time ago that are still my favorites, which I want to have.
Right.
But I think as I'm adding new to my portfolio,
that's hard to let things go. Maybe there's like an extended portfolio.
I know, exactly. I almost want to make, and this is what I've been doing. I'm like, should I make keep this as my personal archive?
Archive.
Portfolio, or should I just create a new one with keeping it consistent? Because some of my friends are like, you should really only have 30 photos. I'm like, 30? Girl,
you said 300?
30? Did you forget a zero?
And yes, Wade just dropped the link to your website in the chat.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Wade.
Wade. You're the best.
Thank you, but I have to do some updating on.
So maybe we'll drop it again in a couple weeks.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Update it.
Let's say hopefully by the next time the next time I'm here.
That's maybe. A good goal. Yeah.
That's a goal, right? A good goal. Next time I'm here, y'all can be like, did you update your website? And I can say, yes, I did, or no, I didn't.
They're going to hold you accountable.
They definitely sure as heck will. So we're gonna go into Photoshop. And I usually, when it comes to my workflow, I go back and forth between Lightroom and Photoshop. It just depends on the day. But for
I was
the
going
most
to
part,
ask you, yeah, you're zooming back and forth.
yeah, I just like using both applications for different things, but also like what I personally prefer about Photoshop, especially when it comes to my color grading, which I haven't done extensively now today, but I will do in regards to these photos, or probably this one specifically. I just like how much more control you have.
Definitely.
I guess
Yeah.
is what I like. So like even when it comes to colors, like I can I love using selective color. I can use selective color, and then I can kind of be in the reds, but look at the cyans in the reds, the magentas in the reds,
Right.
the yellows in the reds. So it allows me to really kind of just tailor in a bit more. And so I feel like it's just really helpful in that regard. I'm bring down, ooh, I like that kind of tone there. See, it took out that redness of that, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cooled it down a bit.
Cooled it down a bit. I'm like feeling like she's popping out a bit more. Yeah, that's nice. Sometimes it's just a little subtle, can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
You can see that. Yeah. So sometimes it's just like the subtle differences. Now I'm going to come in here, go to selected color. Let's go to the blues. See what we can do here with her jumpsuit.
Ooh. Yeah, super exciting.
Yeah, I'm like, I want it to feel
Changing
like
the wash of the denim.
yeah, right? I want it to feel like real genie, like yeah, that's like, I like that deepness and richness to it. So I'm gonna keep that there. Go back to Lightroom. Where was the photo? I think I was deciding what I wanted as the. I'm gonna do. It's not easy.
The musical part of her.
This
The stream. You sang on my stream, so now you need to sing for your stream.
Ooh, hold up. Oh, was this a preset from earlier? Oh, hold on.
What's happening? How did we get here?
I don't know how we got here, but I'm intrigued to see what we can do here. Hold on. No, Idari, keep it consistent. So we're gonna go here, and then what photo was that? Was it this one? Yeah, there we go. Kind of bring this down a bit more. Kind of cross there at her eyes. Yeah, that feels maybe a little bit more. Not that much. I just want her head closer to the top of the frame. Other question I have for some people, you guys let me know when you're editing, what ratio are you putting your photos in? I feel like I usually keep them in the original, which I usually shoot like, I think like 4:6, or not 4:6. Sorry, what am I saying? I feel like they usually, I think they falls. Yeah, it's 4:6.
It's about 4:6 ratio.
A lot of people do 8:10. I don't know why. 8:10 is obviously good for like
Frames.
frames.
That's my first thought. I don't actually know. A designer
Frames,
trying to talk
frames,
about photography.
yeah, it's
like,
good. It's good for frames, but I don't know. I like the 4:6. I don't know if it's just a habit, but I like a nice. I like where it's cropping here, like that it's stopping at her shoulders.
Yeah,
like her shoulders are even. The 4:6 just felt like very.
There was a lot of interest, I feel like, with like her shirt tucking in and things like that. That I think it helps focus more.
Yeah. On her.
Cropping it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Feel free to disregard my opinion.
No,
again.
I
designer eyes.
I don't know. There's something about the slimness of it that I liked. But
Yeah.
I like. Let's also play with ratios. You know, the other thing too, like
That's true.
with different photos, you can have different ratios as well. So I like this one. This just like it feels the proper headshot. So I'm gonna exit. Send this Adobe to Photoshop. Bam, bam. All right,
Bam.
cool. So
I wanted one.
like Keith said, I could just kind of take this over.
Yeah, I
Bam,
see it.
drop. What? Did I drop it? Hold on.
Reboot.
You know what? Copy, duplicate layers, and let me put it on that file.
Oh, cool. I didn't know you could do it that way.
Yes, you can do it that way. So that's the way. There we go. So
Can
you can
confirm,
just click on it. Right click. If you click on duplicate files and then click on the file, it'll duplicate it over
Wow.
that way. So that's here's the, which one was this one? This is the background, yeah. And then this is the denim. And then we're gonna go ahead and, I didn't want to group that. I'm gonna go back to selective color. Come here to, let's see if we can just like deepen her skin a bit more.
Wade is promoting Adobe Karaoke. Would you be our guest today?
I feel like I would be the honorable guest for that Adobe.
Inaugural.
Yep. Because it's the way that I've been singing today. And last time I was here with Val, what were we singing? Val and I, and Wade was here too. Wade, what were we singing? Out of the Box. Like the theme song. Did you watch Out of the Box growing up? So yeah, we're singing the theme song for Out of the Box.
That's
I said, Idara, like you can't be here singing. I don't know where I got that habit from. But
You had a moment with yourself. You said,
you know,
maybe we shouldn't do that.
Maybe we shouldn't do that.
No, I say yes to it. It's so fun.
Right? Just a little musical talent. All right, I'm just readjusting. Yeah, that feels better. The background. That line underneath it was really
Wall or
bothering me.
something.
Yeah.
That's hard to balance all of that if you have like so many different intersections.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's very difficult.
Then you question, you're like, what is straight? Is
Exactly.
the earth flat?
So there's that one, and then there's that one. Yeah, that's nice. All right. I feel like we have some options here, so I'm gonna let's stop here. Let's go into Express because I'm realizing it's 12:42.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, we got about
Woo.
10, 13 minutes left.
Woo, wowzer. So let's go into Express.
We're here.
We're here now. We're here. So we're gonna come here. Let's see. So I already kind of started a little bit. So I'm gonna come into Final Images. These are the images. I love the names, right? Image 204 dot something slash edit 3.
You read my mind.
Okay, let's see. Where did the uploads go? I just uploaded it and then it went somewhere. Okay. Media, photos. No, your stuff. It should be right
your
here.
stuff, yeah.
I don't know where. Before it was populated. It was populating before.
Libraries.
Maybe it's under library. No.
Different library.
No, I didn't put it under this library. I think I was just uploading it earlier, and it was showing under my uploads. Oh, maybe if I just go to... Oh, file already open.
If you click, does that fix it?
No,
that's
a Photoshop
stock.
file.
Okay.
I just did this, you guys. I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me figure out where the file went.
Do you want to drop it with that?
Yeah,
be a workaround for now?
I think we're gonna have to do that. Yeah. Okay, not there though. All right, so let's just do this. So I kind of went and I wanted to have a cover photo. I'm just gonna put, and then with all of these, I kind of want to put like the name of the description somewhere. I'm gonna come here. One thing that's also really nice to do, please. Who are you? So
a bio.
A little bio in there is really, really nice. So I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put a photo of me next to it. Again, thinking about my kind of book setup. So where's the middle? Right there. Just gonna come up here. So I just want it to feel like pages.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna add my text. Let's go here. Text. Add text. I'm gonna put photographer. Did I spell that right now? Let's fill in. This makes it smaller first of all. Okay, photographer.
The whole page.
Right? Okay, photographer.
It's a long word.
Right?
It's like designers have it easy. It's a little shorter.
Educator. Let's make this smaller. Let's go for 40. I said 40, but I didn't. That was too small or too big. Now I'm going to come back here into my stuff, upload from device. This is where, again, my organized folders. I have a headshot in here, one of these. Okay, that one. Drop it in there. Cancel over here. Oh, not wrong thing.
I do that all the time. I'm like, wait, other object.
Other object. Sorry.
Yes, there she is.
There she is. Make sure she's centered. Where was that middle ground? So I'm going to put her like right here. Yeah. All right, cool. Now, this is one of my photos that I've shot. And again, I was thinking about pages. So This is one photo here. Let me upload the other photo that I was thinking of using. I believe it was in my downloads, renewed, uploaded. Oh, I should have just dragged it. That's what I'm doing now. Bam. So this is an example of color-wise, right? So I can change the size, maybe make one a full page. That's kind of, I'm not really worried about if I'm, where's the middle? Right there. I'm not really worried about if I'm cutting some of the stairs out in this photo. Let's go right here. Yeah, I like the, I don't need to make any adjustments. Go back. Yeah, that looks nice.
How has Express changed your workflow?
So I've personally have used Express for like when I'm making mood boards and then also making like decks. So if I'm making like a treatment for a project, Express has been really nice for that. If I've made like social media content, like putting any kind of like, sometimes I like to do like the before and afters, you know,
cool.
so having like the actual picture and then before and afters and being able to schedule the post as well, which is really, really nice and really easy, especially because I'm not organized, you guys.
I feel like you're so organized.
You think so?
You have me fooled if you're not.
No.
This is me laughing.
I am not organized as much as I would like to be honest.
Fair enough.
As much as I would like to be, I'm just not. So I'm trying to be better with that as far as like, maybe not organized is, okay, organized is not the word. I'm not consistent, especially with social media. I'm just not consistent. So trying to be a bit more consistent in that regard. So like scheduling out the posts is really helpful. And then there was one other point that I was going to make. Oh, BTS, like making videos.
Super.
So like we live in the world of Reels. We live in the world of TikTok, and to where, sadly, you know, you can post on, like I have beef with Instagram sometimes because I'm like,
air it out.
I'll be having beef because sometimes I'm just like, I'll be working so hard, y'all, and you post something and it doesn't come out the way you want it to come out, or like it doesn't get the traction, because right now we're in the space of like, you know, what's it called, Reels, videos, content. So remembering that you should be doing video content too.
That's a good reminder, honestly.
Yes.
I fell off the Instagram wagon a long time ago.
I'm about done with it.
Every now and again I'll like dip my toe and I'm like, oh, I'll get back on, and I'm like, ah.
I'm about done with it because I'm like, you know, I keep showcasing your work, and I'm like, I will. I'm trying. I'm really trying here. All right. So
Gosh, I love
like
these side by side. Yes.
Those two now side by side. Those two side by side. I'm kind of doing that alternative kind of feeling.
There's that.
I feel like I really like, and again, in this case, I want it to just feel nice and balanced, and like, I know I'm not really worried about the orientation or the size of the photo. Like, you can see me kind of zooming in and like and whatnot. I know I had like certain dimensions when I imported the photo, but I'm like, you know what? This is a book.
And these are the book rules.
This is the book rules. I just wanted to feel like, dun, dun.
Yeah,
and then you just like flip to the next
it's
place.
perfect.
And,
You have it.
You flip to the next place.
You're timing those like perfectly. I was like, wait, are we flipping? You got me.
We're flipping, girl. We're flipping. Okay, we have our
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh,
expressions.
I forgot
about those two.
We have more photos.
We do.
Drag and drop. Because we're not sure.
Right, I'm not sure. Because
What
before,
else is happening?
my Express is all over the place. But before, I was just, what was I doing before? I was uploading, and it was like saving my, like, it created a folder for me called My Uploads. That folder is gone, girl.
Never to be
It's a
seen
little
again.
gone, never to be seen. And it was here before. I said, you will not try to embarrass me on this stream. That's what we're not going to do. No,
Not
ma'am.
today.
Not today. No, ma'am.
Gosh, I love that shot.
Right? Like, just the expression
It's
of...
so good. So
Sometimes it's fun to crop. I'm trying to do that more in my work, is just
it's
cropping.
hard.
It's hard.
Especially for beauty crops. Like, clients will send me stuff, and I'm always like, I don't know. I mean, you're very experienced, and I trust your eye for that. I'm still definitely
But sometimes
teaching my eye.
It's still like, I don't know. Like, is this doing a little too much?
Yeah,
Or
you're like,
is
should I show their eye? Should I not? Is it weird?
Is it weird if their eye is there? You know?
All the questions you have to ask yourself.
You really have to ask. And I have to switch these around because I'm trying to keep it
The
organized.
pace,
The
or
pace.
the flow. I don't know. Both.
But then I'm like, I like the smell on this side. You know what?
Do you want to change the order, maybe?
Yeah,
of the
I'm
pages?
gonna change the order of the pages.
Yeah. Which is easy to do if you go over the Other side. Oh, you're gonna do it at the bottom.
No, I think I'm gonna keep this here.
I would go, oh yeah. Okay, I've never done it that way. I've always just done layers on the right side.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
but I guess it's not a layer. Sorry, it's a page.
It's a page. Yes. So
It's lunchtime. I'm thinking about lunch and these great photos.
Okay, let's switch this around here. So then there and there.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's do there, then that, then that, then that. That feels better. That feels really nice.
And I like that you're ending with this one too, because I love this.
It just really, it eats.
It's eating lunch.
It's eating lunch, girl. It's eating lunch. All right, let's see. Did I upload anything else? I know I had some pictures from, I think that was everything that we had. Oh, no, we had more. I didn't do this.
Oh my gosh,
too.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
How do I keep forgetting?
I've
seen all of them with my eyes.
I know, right? Okay. And what side have we did this side last?
Yep.
So I'm gonna put this portrait
Close
here.
on the left.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, fall into that board. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit.
And your timing is perfect. We have about 3 minutes left here.
Woohoo! Yo, that stream went by quickly.
You flew through it too. You did so much. I'm amazed.
Let's see. Well, let me present.
Let's go.
Oh, the only thing I wanted to do, I wanted to add
the
titles, but we'll do that later. But yeah, so my name is Idara. I'm a
This is my
Nigerian
face.
American photographer. That's my little bio. Okay, cool. Bam.
Bam.
All right. Bam.
Yes.
All right. Bam.
Dare I say it again? Bam.
Well, I'm talented, y'all.
You really are.
Sometimes you be looking at your work, you be like, I did that.
That is
This is
it.
This is the one right here. This feels so good.
Yes.
So again, I could make this like a full portfolio, and again, I added this was just something I had already had. I wanted to show an example of like coloring. So a lot of these photos that you see, not all, well, all of the other photos that we edited, they came from the same shoot. So the same model, same person wearing an outfit. So if you're doing like a lookbook, you can do it that way, or if you're trying to create like more so of a portfolio style thing, and maybe you don't have multiple photos from one shoot, you can kind of focus on pairing with colors. So here, I felt like this was a good example of like the pink in her outfit, matching it with the pink and purple that's in the sky. Like pink and purple are complementary colors in that regard. So focusing on colors and trying to figure out, I like personally when I'm trying to display my images, I really like a portrait and then a wider shot, a portrait and then a wider shot. I think it just kind of feels more balanced that way. Like having this up close portrait here of her face, and then having, I like it in the present mood. I'm just gonna present it again.
Do it again.
It was feeling.
I was wowed. I want to be wowed again.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. But having the up close portrait there, and then the wider shot of her, where she's pulled back a little bit. Again, let me go to the next place. Yep. Hold on. Portrait.
Yep.
Wider shot. Portrait. They're still kind of like the same kind, but I liked how, again, zooming in on this shot a bit more to focus on like the detail of what she's wearing, and then this shot over here, which this is going on the Instagram today because it's.
So make sure you follow. It's gonna be online.
It is.
I love it.
But yes, I absolutely love. Oh, this looks so nice. Wow.
This was wonderful. You are amazing. Your work is incredible.
Thank
Definitely
you.
go follow along online. Maybe our mods can drop the link one more time.
Yay.
Incredible stream. Thank you so much for showing us everything.
Thank you, Emily.
Yes, and then stick around. So Andrew's going to be up next with Nick, and they're going to be doing their office hours stream. So stick around. But it's been such a pleasure coming to you live from San Francisco.
Yes. Till next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.